Welcome, dear friends, to a soft and serene journey into the enchanting world of mythical Pokemon. These extraordinary creatures, shrouded in mystery and legend, have captivated hearts and imaginations for generations. Tonight, we'll wander through the timeless stories of these rare and magical beings. From the gentle Mew to the powerful Arceus, each Pokemon holds its own unique tale. We'll explore the myths surrounding their origins, the quiet magic they carry, and the lessons they offer about balance, hope, and the beauty of the unseen. As you settle in, let the world outside fade away. Breathe deeply and feel the weight of your day slowly lift, allowing the soothing presence of these stories to wash over you. Each tale will be like a soft lullaby, gently guiding you towards a peaceful rest. And if you enjoy drifting through stories like these, you're welcome to subscribe and softly share where you're listening from tonight. Let's begin this gentle journey through the world of mythical Pokemon, where each story unfolds with the quiet grace of a dream. Mew, the elusive mythical Pokemon, is a being of profound mystery. Its origins are as hazy as the gentle mists that linger over ancient landscapes. Known for its playful and mischievous nature, Mew is not only rare, but also holds the key to many Pokemon legends. It is often regarded as the ancestor of all Pokemon, a being of profound power and grace, capable of transforming into any shape it desires, and even learning every move that exists. Mew is a small, cat-like creature with soft pink fur that shimmers faintly in the light. Its eyes, wide and inquisitive, seem to hold the secrets of the world, and its tail, slender and long, seems to sway with the wind as though it dances with the very rhythm of the earth. The legend of Mew is not just a tale told by trainers, but is whispered by the winds themselves, the soft, almost imperceptible breath of ancient stories. In the quiet jungles of the world, it is said that Mew can be found in the most serene and untouched places. Far from the bustling world of humans and the harshness of cities, Mew seeks only peace and harmony, finding comfort in the solitude of the wild. Some believe it can only be found by those pure of heart, those who carry no malice or greed, for Mew's spirit is as gentle and elusive as the fleeting breeze. As we explore the origin of Mew, we must consider the mystical lore that surrounds it. In one legend, it is said that Mew was born at the very dawn of the Pokemon world. Its first breath was the breath of creation itself, the spark that ignited the flow of life into the Pokemon world. It is said that Mew possesses the DNA of all Pokemon, making it the source of all life in the Pokemon universe. This would explain its ability to learn any move, to transform and adapt to any environment, and to bond with all creatures in a way that no other Pokemon can. The quiet power of Mew has captured the imagination of many. It is a Pokemon of mystery whose presence is often felt but never fully understood. Ancient scrolls, passed down through generations, speak of Mew as a guardian, a protector of the natural world. It is said that Mew roams freely through the forests, the oceans, and the skies, ensuring that the balance of nature is maintained. In the stillness of the night, when the world is bathed in moonlight, Mew can be seen flitting through the trees, its body a soft glow among the shadows. There is a deeper, quieter understanding in the relationship between Mew and the natural world. Mew's connection to the earth, to the elements, is not just physical, but spiritual. It is said that Mew can communicate with all living things, not through words, but through feelings, emotions, and shared experiences. In this way, Mew embodies the harmony between all creatures, a symbol of unity and peace. Mew's power is not just a matter of strength, but also of wisdom. It knows the world's secrets, understands the unspoken truths that lie beneath the surface. It knows how to heal, how to calm, and how to protect, using its vast knowledge to keep the balance between life and death, light and shadow. Yet Mew is not just a passive observer, it is an active force, one that works to maintain the delicate equilibrium that sustains the world. One of the most fascinating aspects of Mew's nature is its ability to transform. Mew can take on the shape of any other Pokémon, mimicking their appearance and abilities with ease. This ability allows Mew to blend seamlessly into its surroundings, remaining unseen by those who might seek it out. It is a master of disguise, a shadow among shadows, always slipping away before anyone can get too close. This elusiveness only adds to Mew's mystique, making it a symbol of the unknown, of things hidden just beyond reach. But despite its shy and elusive nature, Mew has a deep connection with humanity. Legends tell of Mew appearing to trainers who have proven themselves worthy, those who seek to understand and protect the Pokémon world. Mew's presence is a sign of great potential, a quiet encouragement for those who walk the path of wisdom and peace. It is not a Pokémon that can be captured through force or violence, but through understanding and compassion. For many, Mew is a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always light. It reminds us that there is beauty in the unseen, in the moments that pass quietly by. Its story is one of resilience, of adaptation, and of the quiet strength that comes from knowing one's place in the world. In this way, Mew is not just a Pokémon, but a guide, leading those who seek peace toward the quiet understanding of the world's deepest mysteries. Mew's journey is one that transcends the bounds of time. Its story is told in the whispers of the wind, the rustling of the trees, and the soft glow of the moon. It is a tale that will never truly end, for Mew lives on in the hearts of all who believe in its magic, its wisdom, and its gentle power. As long as there is wonder in the world, as long as there are those who seek to understand, Mew's story will continue to unfold, a story that is as timeless as the stars themselves. As we close this chapter of Mew's origin, we leave behind a world full of mystery and possibility. Mew, with its quiet grace and gentle power, will continue to dance through the forests, a symbol of the beauty and peace that exists in the unseen corners of the world. It is a reminder that sometimes the greatest strength lies not in what can be seen, but in the quiet power of the unknown. Mewtwo's story begins not with birth, but with creation. Unlike the natural emergence of Mew, whose existence is shrouded in myth and whispered through the ages, Mewtwo was brought into being through human hands. It is a story of science, ambition, and the consequences of tampering with forces that are meant to remain beyond our reach. Mewtwo's creation is the result of a quest for power, the desire to harness the strength of Mew, to understand its genetic makeup, and to manipulate it for the benefit of mankind. In a laboratory, far removed from the quiet forests where Mew once danced, scientists began their work. The goal was simple, at least in theory, to create the perfect Pokémon, one imbued with the power of Mew, but superior in every way. The result was Mewtwo, a Pokémon like no other. Mewtwo was born from the genetic material of Mew, but its creation was anything but natural. It was shaped in the lab, its DNA altered and manipulated in ways that Mew's quiet spirit could never have foreseen. Unlike its ancestor, Mewtwo is not a small, playful creature, nor is it gentle. Instead, it is tall, sleek, and powerful, with a body that seems to radiate an air of intensity and authority. Its violet blue skin, its piercing eyes, and the psychic energy that pulses from its body give it an aura of dominance, a far cry from the soft, playful nature of Mew. Mewtwo's appearance alone tells the story of its creation. It is a Pokémon built for strength, for control, and for a purpose that goes beyond the simple balance of nature. The world of Mewtwo is one of isolation. From the moment of its creation, it was trapped in a world of cold metal and sterile laboratories, subjected to experiments and tests that sought to unlock the full potential of its genetic makeup. It was not born into the wild, where it could form bonds with other creatures or find its place in the grand tapestry of life. Instead, Mewtwo was shaped by human hands, its destiny determined by the will of those who created it. Its life was one of confinement, a creature caught between two worlds, the world of humans who saw it as a tool, and the world of Pokémon, where it did not belong. Mewtwo's story is a tragic one, filled with themes of identity, purpose, and the search for freedom. As Mewtwo grew and learned about the world, it began to question its existence. It could sense the deep pain that lay within itself, a pain born of being created, not born. It felt the weight of its origins, the knowledge that it was not a natural being, that its very existence was a result of human ambition. Mewtwo's thoughts were often consumed by this conflict, the struggle between its desire for freedom and the knowledge that it had been made to serve a purpose that was not its own. Mewtwo's psychic abilities are unparalleled, even surpassing those of Mew in many respects. It possesses a mind capable of immense strength, able to manipulate its surroundings and control the thoughts of others with ease. These powers are a reflection of its intense emotional conflict. Its mind is constantly at war with itself, torn between the desire for control and the need for release. It is a being of incredible potential, yet it is also a being trapped within its own mind, unable to escape the shadow of its creation. The turning point in Mewtwo's journey comes when it learns of Mew, the Pokémon from which it was created. In its quest for understanding, Mewtwo seeks out Mew, hoping to find answers, to understand the creature that it was born from. It is in this meeting with Mew that Mewtwo finds the true depth of its own struggle. Mew, in its quiet and gentle way, offers Mewtwo something that no human or experiment could ever provide: acceptance. Mewtwo realizes that it is not just a tool, nor is it just a weapon to be used. It is a living being, capable of its own thoughts, feelings, and desires. This realization is both freeing and painful. For the first time, Mewtwo understands that it is not bound by the constraints of its creation. It is capable of more than just following orders. But with this understanding comes the weight of the choices it must now make. Mewtwo must decide whether to continue on the path laid out for it by its creators, or to strike out on its own and find its place in the world. The battle for freedom becomes a battle within itself, a psychic war between its desire for autonomy and its fear of what lies beyond the walls it has known. Mewtwo's struggle for freedom is mirrored by its journey toward understanding. It is not just a fight for physical liberation, but a quest for emotional and spiritual peace. It must come to terms with its origins, accept the pain of its creation, and learn to forgive those who brought it into existence. The psychic battle within Mewtwo is a reflection of the struggle that many face in their own lives. The search for meaning, the desire to understand oneself, and the longing to find a place in a world that sometimes seems beyond our control. In the end, Mewtwo makes the decision to embrace its true self. It chooses to walk its own path, to make its own decisions, and to no longer be defined by the past. It no longer seeks vengeance or power, but instead seeks peace. Mewtwo's story is one of growth, of self discovery, and of the quiet power that comes from embracing one's true nature. Mewtwo's journey is a reminder of the importance of understanding oneself and finding peace within. It is a symbol of strength and resilience, of overcoming the pain of the past and choosing a new path. Its story is not just a tale of creation, but a story of transformation, of a being that was born out of ambition but found its true purpose in the quiet acceptance of who it is. Mewtwo's power is not just in its psychic abilities, but in its ability to choose its own destiny, to take control of its life, and to become the Pokémon it was always meant to be. Celebi is a Pokémon of serene beauty and incredible power, a creature who exists not only in the present, but across the vast expanse of time itself. Known as the Guardian of Time, Celebi has the ability to travel through different eras, witnessing history as it unfolds, preserving the balance between past, present, and future. Its role in the Pokémon world is that of a gentle protector, one whose quiet influence ensures that the flow of time remains uninterrupted, that the natural order remains intact. Celebi's appearance is as ethereal as its power. With its bright emerald green body and delicate wings and small, rounded figure, Celebi seems to float through the air as if it is not bound by the rules of gravity. It is a being of pure nature, its connection to the world around it so deep that it seems to belong to no one time, but all of time. Its wings shimmer with a soft, gentle light, almost like a reflection of the forest's own energy. There is a peacefulness about Celebi, a quiet sense of purpose that comes from knowing its place in the vast tapestry of the universe. The forests are Celebi's domain. In the quiet groves and lush forests of the world, Celebi roams, keeping watch over the creatures and the delicate balance of nature. It is said that when Celebi arrives, the land blooms with life, the trees grow tall and strong, and the rivers run clear and pure. It is a sign of prosperity and harmony, a living symbol of the world's natural cycles. Celebi's presence is both comforting and mysterious, a reminder of the beauty and fragility of the world. The stories of Celebi's travels through time are countless, passed down through generations of trainers, travelers, and sages. These tales speak of Celebi's ability to move through different eras, appearing at pivotal moments in history to guide the natural world and ensure that it stays on course. Celebi's time-traveling abilities are said to be both a gift and a burden. It is able to visit both the past and the future, but it must do so without altering the flow of time, for even the smallest change could have far-reaching consequences. Celebi's role is not to interfere but to observe, to protect the delicate balance that allows the world to exist in harmony. The idea of time is central to Celebi's nature. Time, for Celebi, is not linear or rigid, but a fluid, ever-changing river that flows in multiple directions. Celebi does not simply experience time as we do, it exists within it, traveling freely between moments, understanding the deep connections between all things. This ability to move through time gives Celebi a perspective that few other creatures possess. It sees the past not as a distant memory, but as a living presence, a part of the world that is constantly influencing the present. It sees the future not as an uncertain destination, but as a possibility, a series of pathways that can be shaped by the choices made in the present. Celebi's time traveling abilities also connect it to the very fabric of the universe. It is said that Celebi can travel to places where the boundaries between time and space are thin, where the flow of time is less defined. These places are often filled with ancient energy, the echoes of civilizations long gone, and the whispers of the future yet to come. Celebi is drawn to these places where the mysteries of time converge and where it can feel the pulse of the universe's heart. But Celebi's role is not one of solitary observation. It is a protector, a guardian of the natural world, ensuring that the forces of time do not disturb the balance of life. In some stories, Celebi is seen healing the wounds of the earth, bringing life back to barren lands, and restoring harmony to places that have been touched by chaos. It is said that Celebi can restore dying forests, revitalize polluted rivers, and bring peace to lands torn apart by conflict. Its powers are not just limited to the natural world. Celebi can also influence the hearts of those it encounters, inspiring them to act with kindness and respect for all life. The bond between Celebi and nature is one of quiet reverence. It understands the delicate relationship between all living things, recognizing that every creature, every plant, every tree plays an important role in the web of life. Celebi's travels through time allow it to witness the growth of civilizations, the rise and fall of empires, and the evolution of life itself. It sees the world not as a series of isolated events, but as a continuous cycle, a living organism that evolves and changes with the passage of time. Despite its gentle nature, Celebi's role as the guardian of time is not without its challenges. There are forces in the world that seek to disrupt the natural flow of time, to manipulate it for their own gain. These forces are often driven by greed, ambition, and the desire for power. Celebi's presence is a quiet resistance to these forces, a reminder that the natural order cannot be tampered with without consequences. It is a silent protector, working in the shadows to ensure that time flows as it should, that the balance of nature remains unbroken. In one particularly poignant story, Celebi is said to have appeared during a time of great destruction when the world was on the brink of collapse. It is said that the forests were burning, the rivers were drying up, and the sky itself seemed to be weeping. In this dark moment, Celebi appeared, glowing with a soft light, and began to heal the earth. Slowly, the fires were extinguished, the rivers began to flow again, and the land was restored to its former beauty. Celebi's power was not just in its ability to heal the land, but in its ability to restore hope, to remind those who had lost faith that even in the darkest times, there is always a chance for renewal. Celebi's story is one of quiet strength, of the power of time and nature to heal, to guide, and to protect. It is a reminder that the world is not just a collection of events, but a living, breathing entity, one that requires care and respect. Celebi teaches us that time is not something to be feared or controlled, but something to be embraced, a gift that allows us to grow, to learn, and to evolve. As we close this chapter of Celebi's story, we are reminded of the deep connection between all living things, of the power of nature and time to heal and restore. Celebi's presence in the world is a gentle but constant reminder that we are all part of something greater, something timeless and beautiful. Its quiet protection of the natural world ensures that, no matter what happens, the balance of life will remain intact. Jirachi is a Pokémon that embodies the essence of hope and desire, a creature of myth that has captured the imaginations of many. Known as the Wishmaker, Jirachi has the unique ability to grant wishes, and it is said that when its star-shaped body is awakened, it can bring about miracles. The legend of Jirachi is one of quiet wonder, of dreams made real, and of the power that comes from believing in something greater than oneself. Jirachi's appearance is as enchanting as its abilities. Its small, starry form glows with a soft, ethereal light, and its floating, delicate body seems to shimmer like a constellation caught in a gentle breeze. With its blue, diamond-shaped eyes and a celestial aura surrounding it, Jirachi seems to drift through the world like a celestial being, untethered to the earth, but still deeply connected to the world's dreams and wishes. Its body is adorned with ribbons and small star-shaped markings, which only enhance its mystical, otherworldly appearance. It is a creature that feels both of the earth and of the heavens, as though it exists in the space between. The heart of Jirachi's power lies in its ability to grant wishes. This Pokemon is said to awaken once every 1,000 years, during which it can grant any wish placed upon it with pure heart and genuine intent. This is not a wish-granting process of simple desires or fleeting whims. Jirachi's wishes are not just for material gain, but are often tied to deeper dreams and aspirations, the kind of wishes that reflect the hopes of the soul. This power has led many to seek Jirachi, believing that it can grant them the answers to their most heartfelt desires. However, there is a key condition in the legend of Jirachi. Its wishes are not granted immediately, and they are only fulfilled when Jirachi awakens. The quiet slumber of Jirachi lasts for 1,000 years, and during this time, it is said that its presence is felt only as a distant star shining in the night sky. Those who seek Jirachi must wait patiently for its awakening, for only then will their wishes be granted. But the waiting itself is part of the magic, the act of believing in something greater than oneself, of holding on to hope even through long periods of uncertainty. In this way, Jirachi teaches the value of patience, faith, and perseverance. The wish-making process is not something Jirachi takes lightly. While it can grant any wish, it does so with great care, choosing to fulfill wishes that are pure and selfless in nature. Jirachi's wishes are often directed toward the greater good, encouraging those who receive them to make choices that will positively impact the world around them. Jirachi's power is a reminder that true wishes are not about individual gain, but about the larger picture, the well-being of others, and the preservation of harmony. It is in this way that Jirachi stands as a guide, a being who helps others to see the deeper meaning in their desires. When Jirachi awakens, its power is at its fullest. Its gentle, calming aura brings a sense of peace and serenity to all those in its presence. Those who are lucky enough to meet Jirachi during its brief period of awakening often report feeling a profound sense of hope, as though the very air around them is filled with possibility. It is said that when Jirachi's eyes glow with light, the world itself seems to shift, and the boundaries between dreams and reality become fluid. This moment is brief but powerful, a reminder of the strength that comes from believing in the impossible. In one of the most famous stories surrounding Jirachi, a kind hearted trainer who had devoted their life to helping others made a wish to Jirachi for the well being of a loved one. The wish was simple, yet pure in its intent, a wish for the happiness and health of someone who had always been there for them. Jirachi granted the wish, but it did so in a way that was both unexpected and profound. Instead of simply curing the loved one's ailment, Jirachi brought the trainer and their loved one closer together, helping them to understand each other in new ways. The wish was not just about healing, it was about understanding, about the deep bond that exists between those who truly care for each other. This story highlights the deeper meaning of Jirachi's power. It is not simply about granting wishes in a material sense, but about fulfilling desires that lead to emotional growth and deeper connection. Jirachi's gifts are not always what one expects, but are always exactly what is needed. In this way, Jirachi teaches the value of selfless love and the importance of seeking the greater good, not just personal satisfaction. It shows us that the true fulfillment of a wish comes not from what we gain, but from the way our desires shape the world around us. Jirachi's connection to the stars is also significant. It is said that when Jirachi sleeps, it is as if it becomes one with the cosmos, floating among the stars in a peaceful slumber. Its connection to the heavens gives it an understanding of the larger universe and the forces that shape the world. Jirachi's wishes, then, are not just personal, but cosmic in nature, aligned with the natural balance of the world. In this way, Jirachi serves as a reminder that our desires, our wishes, are part of something much larger, that our lives are interconnected with the world around us and the greater flow of the universe. Jirachi's powers also have a mystical quality. Its ability to grant wishes ties it to the unseen forces of the world. It is a Pokémon that exists beyond the tangible, a being whose power transcends the material realm and taps into something far more profound. Jirachi embodies the mystery of the universe, the unexplainable magic that lies just beyond our understanding. Its very existence is a reminder that there is magic in the world, if only we know where to look for it. As we reflect on Jirachi's journey, we are reminded of the importance of hope and the power that comes from believing in something greater than ourselves. Jirachi's story teaches us that our dreams and desires are not just fleeting thoughts, but part of the larger tapestry of the world, that our wishes, when made with pure intent, have the power to shape the future. Jirachi is a symbol of faith, faith in the future, faith in others, and faith in the magic that exists within and around us. The tale of Jirachi is one that invites us to dream, to wish, and to believe. It is a story that encourages us to hold on to hope, to trust in the power of wishes, and to remember that sometimes the greatest miracles come from the simplest desires. Jirachi's role as the wishmaker is not just about granting wishes, but about guiding others toward the realization that with hope, anything is possible. Deoxys is a Pokémon unlike any other. Hailing from the vast reaches of space, it is the embodiment of the unknown, an alien force that challenges the boundaries of the Pokémon world. It is a creature of mystery and intrigue, one whose very presence calls into question everything we know about life beyond our planet. Its origins are as distant and as enigmatic as the stars themselves, and its abilities are beyond the comprehension of most. Deoxys is a Pokemon that blurs the line between the familiar and the alien, the known and the unknown, and in its story, we find a reflection of the infinite possibilities that lie in the unexplored corners of the universe. Deoxys's appearance is a striking and unusual one, unlike any other Pokemon. Its body is a strange, elongated shape with multiple limbs and an angular structure that hints at its extraterrestrial nature. Its body is composed of a bizarre, shimmering material resembling the crystalline structures that are sometimes found on distant planets or asteroids. The most striking feature of Deoxys is its head, which is large and almost entirely transparent, glowing with an eerie purple light. Its eyes, too, are unlike any other, bright, glowing spheres that seem to pierce through the fabric of space itself. It is a creature that feels as though it does not belong to this world, as though it is a visitor from a far-off galaxy. Deoxys's origins lie in a comet that passed through the Pokémon world from the far reaches of space. When the comet landed on Earth, it carried with it a mysterious virus, one that would soon mutate into the alien creature that would become known as Deoxys. This virus, unlike anything found on Earth, was capable of altering the DNA of living beings, leading to the creation of a creature with extraordinary abilities. Deoxys's arrival on Earth was not a simple occurrence. It was the beginning of a profound transformation, both for the creature itself and for the world it had landed in. Unlike many other Pokemon who are born and raised in the natural world, Deoxys was not a creature of Earth. It is an alien being, a product of the cosmos, and its very existence challenges the concept of what it means to be alive. Deoxys's story is one of adaptation and survival as it learns to navigate the unfamiliar world it has found itself in. At first, Deoxys was a being of pure instinct, a creature driven only by the need to survive and evolve. It was an unknown entity, alien to the world around it, and it needed to learn how to exist in a world that was not its own. As Deoxys adapted to its new surroundings, it began to change, evolving in ways that were both remarkable and mysterious. The alien virus that had mutated inside it gave Deoxys the ability to change its form, to adapt to different environments and situations. This ability to alter its body allowed Deoxys to survive in a variety of conditions, from the depths of the ocean to the heart of the most remote deserts. Its evolution was not just physical, but also mental, as it developed the ability to communicate and interact with the world around it in a way that no one could have predicted. Deoxys's connection to space and the cosmos is a significant aspect of its existence. It is a creature that comes from the stars, and its powers are tied to the cosmic forces that govern the universe. It is said that Deoxys's DNA is capable of manipulating space itself, bending it in ways that are beyond the comprehension of most. Its psychic abilities are also linked to the stars, and it is said that it can draw upon the energy of the cosmos to enhance its powers. This connection to the universe gives Deoxys a unique perspective on the world, one that is far removed from the limitations of earthly existence. One of Deoxys's most fascinating abilities is its ability to change its form. Deoxys is not fixed in a single shape. It can adapt its body to suit different environments and needs. This ability to evolve and change allows Deoxys to be both versatile and unpredictable, capable of shifting its form to match its opponent or to survive in a variety of conditions. It is a reflection of the creature's alien nature, a being that exists outside the normal bounds of physical reality, constantly shifting and evolving in response to the world around it. Deoxys's connection to the cosmos is also reflected in its ability to manipulate energy. The creature's psychic abilities are linked to the stars, and it is said that it can harness the power of the universe to create devastating attacks. Deoxys is capable of unleashing incredible blasts of psychic energy, capable of devastating even the most powerful of opponents. Its powers are not just limited to offense, it can also use its abilities to defend itself, creating protective shields and barriers that can shield it from harm. This ability to manipulate energy makes Deoxys one of the most powerful Pokemon in existence, a force to be reckoned with. Despite its power, Deoxys is not a creature of destruction. It is a being of survival, one that seeks only to exist and adapt to its environment. Its journey is not one of conquest or domination, but of exploration and discovery. Deoxys's arrival on Earth marks the beginning of its journey into the unknown, a quest to understand its place in the vast, infinite universe. It is a creature driven by curiosity, a desire to learn and grow, and its story is one of quiet exploration, of seeking to understand the mysteries of the cosmos. Deoxys's struggle is one of acceptance. It is an alien, a being that does not belong to this world, and it must learn to navigate the complexities of its new environment. Its journey is one of adaptation as it comes to understand the forces that shape the world around it. Deoxys's story is a reminder that even the most alien of creatures must find their place in the universe, that even those who are not of this world must learn to adapt and coexist with the life around them. As Deoxys continues its journey, it becomes a symbol of the infinite possibilities that lie beyond our world. Its connection to the cosmos reminds us that the universe is vast and full of mysteries waiting to be discovered. Deoxys's story is one of resilience, of survival, and of the quiet power that comes from embracing the unknown. It teaches us that even in the face of uncertainty, there is always the possibility for growth, change, and discovery. Deoxys is a creature that exists beyond the limits of our understanding, a being that challenges the boundaries of what is possible. Its story is one of exploration, of adapting to new worlds, and of discovering the power that lies within the unknown. In the end, Deoxys's journey is not just a story of survival. It is a story of transformation, of learning to embrace the vast, mysterious universe that surrounds us. Darkrai is a Pokemon of darkness, a creature whose very presence brings an unsettling aura to the world. Known as the Pokemon of nightmares, Darkrai has the ability to induce vivid, terrifying dreams in those who come too close, leaving behind a sense of fear and dread. But while its powers may be associated with fear, Darkrai itself is a figure of complexity, a Pokemon that embodies the shadowed, unexplored corners of the human mind and spirit. It is not just a creature of terror, but one with a deeper, more poignant story, a story of pain, of isolation, and of the quiet struggles that occur within us all. Darkrai's appearance reflects its connection to the night. Its body is cloaked in shadow, its form ethereal and ghost-like, as though it exists between the realms of the living and the dead. The darkness that surrounds Darkrai seems to swirl and shift, ever moving, giving it an air of mystery and intrigues. Its eyes are deep and hollow, glowing with an eerie light that only enhances its haunting presence. The figure of Darkrai is not one that can be easily forgotten. It lingers in the mind, much like the unsettling memories of a bad dream. As the Pokémon of nightmares, Darkrai has the ability to send others into a deep, restless slumber where it can manipulate their dreams. These dreams are not peaceful or soothing. They are filled with terrifying images, distorted realities, and feelings of helplessness. For those unfortunate enough to fall under Darkrai's influence, their dreams become a battleground of fear where their worst anxieties take shape and come to life. Darkrai's power is not just a physical one, it is a psychological one, a force that takes root in the mind and soul, leaving an indelible mark on those it touches. But while Darkrai's powers are tied to nightmares and fear, its story is not one of simple malevolence. There is a tragedy in Darkrai's existence, a sense of loneliness and isolation that runs deep within its being. Unlike other Pokémon, who are often surrounded by friends and companions, Darkrai is a creature that walks alone in the shadows. It is feared and misunderstood, its powers causing others to keep their distance, never allowing it to truly connect with the world around it. This sense of isolation is what defines Darkrai's existence. It is a creature caught between two worlds, never fully able to embrace either. In many ways, Darkrai embodies the quiet, hidden aspects of the human psyche, the fears and insecurities that we often choose to ignore or suppress. Just as nightmares are a part of the subconscious mind, so too is Darkrai, a reflection of the darker, often unacknowledged parts of our own experiences. Its existence is a reminder that we all have shadows within us, parts of ourselves that we struggle to understand or confront. But in confronting these fears, as Darkrai's story shows us, we can begin to understand the true nature of what lies beneath. There are those who have sought to understand Darkrai, to uncover the truth behind its existence. Some believe that Darkrai's powers are not purely malicious, but that they are a manifestation of its own pain and suffering. In this sense, Darkrai's nightmares are not simply a means of terrorizing others, but a reflection of the torment that it has experienced in its own life. Its connection to the darkness of the night is not one of choice, but one of circumstance, a result of being cast aside and left to wander alone, shunned by those who fear what it represents. In one poignant tale, Darkrai is said to have appeared in a small village, its presence unnoticed at first. The villagers, unaware of its existence, began to suffer from a series of strange and terrifying dreams. As time passed, the dreams grew worse, and the villagers began to fear the night itself. It was then that a young child, unafraid of the dark, ventured into the forest where Darkrai was believed to dwell. The child approached Darkrai not with fear, but with curiosity and empathy. In this encounter, Darkrai's true nature was revealed, a creature not of malice, but of sorrow, trapped in a cycle of loneliness and despair. The child's kindness and understanding of Darkrai's pain allowed the creature to finally break free from the cycle of nightmares it had been creating. Rather than continuing to spread fear, Darkrai's powers were transformed into something different. The child's heart, pure and free from fear, allowed Darkrai to use its abilities not to create nightmares, but to help those in need. Instead of haunting dreams, Darkrai began to bring clarity, allowing others to confront their own fears and find the strength to overcome them. This story of redemption highlights a key aspect of Darkrai's nature. It is not inherently evil, but a being shaped by its circumstances. Its connection to nightmares is not a reflection of its true desires, but a result of its isolation and pain. By confronting its own darkness, Darkrai is able to transcend the limitations imposed upon it and become a force for good. It is a creature of transformation, capable of changing the course of its own fate and finding a new path through the darkness. Darkrai's role in the world is not just to induce fear, but to help others confront the fears they carry within themselves. It is a guide through the dark, leading others toward understanding and healing. In this way, Darkrai's power is a gift, one that allows others to confront their deepest anxieties and find peace. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always the possibility of light, that even the most terrifying nightmares can be faced and overcome. Despite the fear it often inspires, Darkrai is a creature that embodies both the fragility and strength of the human spirit. It is a Pokemon that teaches us that darkness is not something to be feared, but something to be understood. It is in facing the darkness, in acknowledging the fears that lie within us, that we find the courage to move forward. Darkrai's story is one of transformation, of understanding the quiet pain that exists in the shadows, and finding the strength to turn that darkness into light. As we reflect on Darkrai's journey, we are reminded that the nightmares we face are not always enemies, but opportunities for growth. Darkrai's power is not in the fear it inspires, but in the way it helps others to understand the depths of their own psyche. It is through the darkest moments that we can find the brightest lights, and Darkrai's story is a quiet yet powerful reminder of that truth. Shaymin is a Pokemon of boundless grace and pure emotion, a creature whose presence brings a sense of calm and beauty wherever it goes. Known as the Gratitude Pokemon, Shaymin has a connection to the natural world that goes beyond what is typically seen in other Pokemon. It is a creature of healing, of renewal, and of a profound appreciation for the beauty of life itself. Shaymin's story is one of quiet joy, of giving thanks, and of the gentle power that comes from recognizing the good in the world, even in the smallest moments. Shaymin's appearance is a reflection of its peaceful nature. It is small and delicate, with soft green fur that blends harmoniously with the earth it protects. Its body is shaped like a tiny hedgehog, and it carries with it the fresh scent of flowers and the energy of the natural world. The petals that adorn its body seem to shimmer in the light, adding a touch of color to its otherwise simple form. Shaymin's eyes, too, are gentle and full of kindness, reflecting the warmth and gratitude that defines its existence. Shaymin's connection to the world is one of care and protection. It is said that when Shaymin appears, the land around it flourishes, the plants grow strong, and the flowers bloom with vivid colors. Its very presence brings life to barren places, filling the air with the scent of blooming flowers and the promise of renewal. Shaymin is a symbol of hope, a reminder that no matter how dark or desolate the world may seem, there is always the possibility of growth, of change, and of rebirth. Its very essence is intertwined with the cycles of nature, and it holds within it the quiet power of the earth itself. The most significant aspect of Shaman's power is its ability to heal, whether it is a withered plant, a sick Pokemon, or a wounded heart. Shaman's gentle touch has the power to restore, to mend, and to bring peace. It is said that when Shaman enters a place, it has the ability to cleanse the air of negativity, to heal the land of damage, and to restore balance to the world around it. This power is not one of violence or destruction, but one of healing and restoration, of mending what has been broken and bringing new life to what was once lost. Shaman's story is not one of conflict or struggle, but of quiet, steady grace. Unlike many Pokemon who are drawn into battles and challenges, Shaman is a creature that seeks peace, that moves through the world with a light touch, quietly spreading gratitude wherever it goes. It is not concerned with fame or glory, nor does it seek recognition. Instead, it moves through the world with a sense of humility, spreading joy and gratitude without expecting anything in return. Shaman teaches us the value of selflessness, of the quiet power that comes from giving without expectation, and of the joy that can be found in simply being grateful for what we have. In many ways, Shaman embodies the beauty of the natural world itself. It is a creature that exists not to conquer or to dominate, but to nurture and protect. It moves through forests and fields, bringing with it the breath of life and the promise of new beginnings. It is a reminder that no matter how small or fragile we may feel, we all have the power to bring beauty into the world. Shaman shows us that even the smallest gestures, a smile, a kind word, a gentle touch, can make a world of difference. There are many stories of Shaman's healing power, stories of those who have encountered this gentle Pokemon in times of need. One such story speaks of a village that had been struck by a terrible drought. The land had grown dry and barren, and the people were struggling to survive. In their time of desperation, a young child went into the nearby forest to pray for a miracle. It was then that Shaman appeared, its body glowing with a soft green light. As it moved through the land, the earth seemed to come alive again. The grass began to grow, the flowers bloomed, and the rivers flowed once more. The villagers, amazed by the sight, realized that the miracle they had prayed for had come not in the form of riches or power, but in the form of gratitude and renewal. Shaman's story is one of simple, quiet beauty, but it carries with it a powerful message that the world can be healed, not through force or power, but through love, care, and gratitude. It reminds us that sometimes the greatest changes come not from grand gestures, but from the small, everyday acts of kindness that we offer to the world. Shaman teaches us that we are all part of a greater whole, and that the more we give to others, the more we receive in return. Gratitude, like Shaman's presence, has the power to transform, to heal, and to bring peace to the world. The power of gratitude is not always easy to see, especially in a world that often seems overwhelmed by negativity and struggle. But Shaman's presence is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always something to be thankful for. Whether it is the warmth of a friend's embrace, the beauty of the natural world, or the simple joy of being alive, gratitude has the power to bring light into the world. Shaman's story is one of quiet inspiration, showing us that even the smallest acts of kindness and love can have a profound impact on the world around us. As Shaman continues its journey through the world, its legacy is one of hope, healing, and gratitude. It is a creature that moves with the rhythm of the earth, bringing with it the promise of new beginnings, of growth, and of renewal. Shaman's gentle presence is a reminder that we all have the power to bring beauty into the world, that even the smallest gestures can create ripples of change that spread outwards, touching the hearts and lives of those around us. Shaman's story is one that teaches us the importance of being thankful, of recognizing the beauty in the world, and of sharing that gratitude with others. It shows us that no matter how dark or difficult the journey may seem, there is always the possibility of new growth, of healing, and of transformation. Shaman's quiet power lies not in its strength, but in its ability to heal, to restore, and to remind us of the simple joy that comes from living in harmony with the world around us. Arceus is a Pokémon of divine power, a creature that stands above all others in the Pokémon world. Known as the Original One, Arceus is said to be the creator of the entire Pokémon universe, a being of unimaginable strength and wisdom who shaped the world with its own hands. It is a Pokémon that embodies the essence of creation itself, and its presence is felt throughout the cosmos. Arceus is not just a figure of power, but a symbol of the balance and harmony that govern the world. Arceus's appearance is as majestic as its origins. Its form is regal and otherworldly, a blend of ethereal beauty and pure power. Its body is a glowing white figure that radiates a soft, golden light, and its head is adorned with a ring of glowing energy. The very air around Arceus seems to shimmer with its presence, as though the world itself is alive with the energy of creation. Its eyes are calm and wise, reflecting the knowledge of the universe itself, and its form exudes an aura of divine grace. The legend of Arceus begins at the dawn of time, when the universe was born from the chaos of the void. According to the ancient myths, Arceus emerged from the chaos, bringing order to the world and shaping the foundations of existence. It is said that Arceus created the very fabric of the universe, molding the continents, the oceans, and the skies. With its divine powers, Arceus gave life to the world, breathing life into the Pokémon and shaping the laws of nature that govern the universe. It is the ultimate force of creation, the one who set the wheels of the cosmos into motion. Arceus's role as the creator of the Pokémon world is not just a matter of physical creation, but also of cosmic balance. Arceus is said to have created the world with the help of the three legendary Pokémon, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, who represent the forces of time, space, and antimatter. Together, these four beings shaped the universe, ensuring that the balance of the cosmos remained intact. Arceus gave each of the legendary Pokémon a role to play, guiding them to maintain the harmony of the world. In this way, Arceus is not just a figure of power, but a guardian of balance, a protector of the universe's delicate equilibrium. One of the most remarkable aspects of Arceus's nature is its ability to adapt and change. Unlike other Pokémon, who are tied to specific elements or abilities, Arceus is said to be able to change its form and abilities at will. This is due to the plate system, which allows Arceus to harness the power of different elemental plates. Each plate represents a different aspect of nature: fire, water, earth, electricity, and more. And by holding a plate, Arceus can tap into the energy of that element. This ability to change form and adapt to different situations makes Arceus an incredibly versatile Pokémon, one capable of overcoming any challenge that it faces. Arceus's power is not just physical, but also spiritual. It is said that Arceus is the embodiment of the universe's will, a being that exists to maintain the balance of all things. Its presence is felt in the very fabric of existence, and it is believed that Arceus's actions shape the destiny of the world. It is said that when Arceus moves, the very laws of nature bend to its will. Its power is not one of destruction, but of creation and preservation, ensuring that the universe continues to exist in harmony. Arceus's role is not to control the world, but to guide it, to nurture it, and to ensure that it remains in balance. In the mythology surrounding Arceus, there are many stories of its power and influence. One of the most well-known tales is the story of Arceus's battle with the forces of chaos. According to the legend, there was a time when the universe was consumed by darkness, when the forces of destruction threatened to engulf the world. Arceus, in its divine wisdom, intervened, using its power to push back the darkness and restore balance to the world. This battle between creation and destruction is a recurring theme in the lore of Arceus, and it serves as a reminder of the constant struggle to maintain harmony in the universe. Arceus's relationship with the legendary Pokémon is also significant. While Arceus is the creator of the universe, it did not act alone. Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina were its trusted companions, and together they shaped the world. Each of these legendary Pokémon represents a fundamental aspect of existence. Dialga controls time, Palkia controls space, and Giratina represents antimatter. These forces are all interconnected, and it is Arceus's role to ensure that they remain in balance. The relationship between Arceus and the legendary Pokémon is one of cooperation, a reminder that even the most powerful beings in the universe must work together to maintain order. Arceus's power is also tied to the concept of fate. As the creator of the universe, Arceus is said to have a deep understanding of the paths that lie before all living things. It is said that Arceus can see the future and that it can shape the destinies of those who walk its path. However, this power is not one of control, but of guidance. Arceus does not dictate the course of events, but instead helps to steer the flow of time, ensuring that each creature has the opportunity to fulfill its purpose. In this way, Arceus is both a force of creation and a force of destiny, guiding the universe toward its ultimate purpose. Despite its divine power, Arceus is not a being of arrogance or pride. It does not seek to dominate the world, nor does it seek worship or adoration. Instead, Arceus's presence is a quiet, guiding force, one that works behind the scenes to ensure that the universe remains in harmony. It is a being of humility who understands that its role is not to control, but to guide. Its story is one of balance, of cooperation, and of the quiet strength that comes from recognizing one's place in the grand design of the universe. As we reflect on Arceus's journey, we are reminded of the power of creation and the importance of balance in the world. Arceus's role as the creator of the universe is not just about shaping the world, but about maintaining the delicate equilibrium that keeps everything in harmony. Its story is a reminder that we are all part of something greater, that our lives are connected to the larger forces that shape the world. Arceus teaches us that the true power of creation lies not in control, but in the ability to guide, nurture, and preserve the balance of all things. Victini is a Pokémon of hope, of courage, and of the quiet power that resides within the heart of every being. Known as the Victory Pokemon, Victini is a creature who embodies the concept of triumph, not just in battles, but in life itself. Its very presence is a symbol of victory, of perseverance, and of the unyielding belief that no matter the odds, success is always within reach. Victini's story is one of optimism and strength, a reminder that, even in the face of adversity, there is always a chance for victory. Victini's appearance is small and unassuming, yet it carries an aura of immense power. Its body is a mix of bright orange and white, with a small, rabbit like form and large, expressive eyes. It has two small, pointed ears that seem to twitch with excitement, and its long, fluffy tail curls around its body, adding to its playful and energetic demeanor. Despite its small size, Victini exudes a sense of boundless energy, as though it is a creature who is constantly in motion, always ready for the next challenge. Its eyes, filled with warmth and determination, reflect the courage that lies within its heart, a heart that never gives up, no matter the difficulty. The most striking feature of Victini is its ability to bring victory to those around it. Victini is said to be able to share its boundless energy with others, empowering them to achieve great feats and overcome challenges. This ability is not just about winning battles, but about helping others to believe in themselves, to find the strength they need to succeed. Victini's power is one that inspires others to rise above their limitations, to push past their fears, and to chase after their dreams with unrelenting passion. Victini's connection to victory is not one of brute force or aggression. It is a more subtle power, one that works through encouragement, support, and belief. When Victini enters a battle, it does not fight with the same ferocity as other Pokémon, but rather with an energy that infuses those around it with the confidence to succeed. It is said that when Victini is near, the odds of success become far greater, as if the very universe itself is cheering on those who are worthy of its power. Victini's role is not to dictate the outcome of events, but to ensure that those who possess the will to succeed are given the energy they need to achieve their goals. In many ways, Victini's power is linked to the concept of luck. It is often said that Victini can bring good fortune to those it encounters, granting them the strength and willpower to succeed against all odds. However, this luck is not a mere stroke of chance. It is the product of Victini's belief in the power of perseverance. Victini does not simply grant success through luck. It empowers individuals to create their own opportunities, to take control of their destiny, and to believe that victory is always possible, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. One of the most notable stories of Victini's power comes from a time of great struggle when a group of travelers found themselves lost in a vast desert. With no water and no hope, they began to give in to despair, believing that they would never find their way out. It was in this moment of hopelessness that Victini appeared, its bright eyes glowing with determination. Victini shared its energy with the travelers, giving them the strength to continue their journey. Through the power of Victini's belief in them, the travelers were able to find their way out of the desert, triumphant and alive. This story serves as a reminder that victory does not always come from external circumstances, but from within, from the belief that we can overcome the obstacles in our path, no matter how insurmountable they may seem. Victini's presence also extends beyond battlefields and challenges. It represents a broader, more philosophical understanding of victory. Victini's role in the world is to help others find their true purpose, to guide them toward success by nurturing their inner strength and belief. It is a reminder that the journey toward victory is not always about the destination, but about the perseverance and resilience that we develop along the way. Victini's power lies not in the outcome of an event, but in the process, in the quiet encouragement that allows others to rise above their challenges and become the best versions of themselves. In another well known tale, Victini is said to have helped a group of trainers who were struggling to complete a difficult challenge. The trainers were exhausted, their confidence waning, and they were on the verge of giving up. Victini appeared, offering its strength and energy to the trainers, and in doing so, helped them find the resolve they needed to push forward. The trainers completed the challenge, but they did so not because of Victini's power alone, but because they had found the strength within themselves to succeed. Victini had simply been the spark that ignited their inner fire, the belief that they could achieve anything if they tried hard enough. The essence of Victini's power is its ability to inspire others. It is a Pokemon that thrives not in solitude, but in community, encouraging those around it to reach for greatness. Its presence is not just about winning or losing, but about the journey of self discovery that comes with the pursuit of victory. Victini shows us that the true victory lies in the belief that anything is possible and that success is not determined by the outcome of a single event, but by the determination to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. Victini's story teaches us the importance of hope, resilience, and the power of belief. It reminds us that no matter how many times we fall, we can always rise again. Victory is not just about the end result, but about the courage to continue, the strength to keep going even when the path is uncertain. Victini, in its quiet way, inspires us to never give up, to keep believing, and to trust in our ability to overcome the challenges that life throws our way. As we reflect on Victini's story, we are reminded of the power that lies within each of us, the power to succeed, to triumph, and to achieve our dreams. Victini is not just a Pokemon of victory, it is a symbol of the unbreakable spirit that exists in all of us, the belief that, with enough heart and determination, we can overcome any challenge. Its energy is contagious, its optimism boundless, and its legacy is one of hope, perseverance, and the quiet strength that lies in believing in ourselves. Meloetta is a Pokemon that embodies the power of music and emotion, a creature whose very presence resonates with the harmony of the universe. Known as the Melody Pokemon, Meloetta has the unique ability to channel the emotions of those around it through song, creating an atmosphere of peace, joy, or sorrow with its beautiful music. Meloetta is a creature of grace, its voice a soft melody that has the power to soothe, inspire, and transform. Its story is one of beauty and emotion, of how music can connect us all and awaken the deepest parts of our souls. Meloetta's appearance is as ethereal as its powers. Its form is elegant and graceful, a blend of flowing white and light blue that gives it the appearance of a celestial being. Its body is slender, with long flowing hair that seems to float in the air, as though it is caught in the rhythm of an unseen wind. Meloetta's eyes are bright and kind, filled with the warmth of a gentle soul. Its overall presence is one of calm and tranquility, a reflection of the soothing power that it carries within. Meloetta's form is not just beautiful, but purposeful, and it is a creature made to inspire, to create, and to heal with the music it produces. The most distinctive feature of Meloetta is its ability to use music as a tool for transformation. Meloetta's songs are not just for entertainment or pleasure, they have the power to affect the world around them in profound ways. When Meloetta sings, its music can calm the hearts of those who hear it, bringing peace to those who are troubled or distressed. Its melodies are said to have the ability to heal emotional wounds, to lift spirits, and to bring clarity to troubled minds. It is a Pokemon of emotional resonance, able to connect with the hearts of others in a way that few other creatures can. Meloetta's music is not just a tool for healing, but also a force for change. The Pokemon has the ability to alter its form depending on the style of music it chooses to sing. Meloetta has two forms: its aria form, which is gentle and peaceful, and its pirouette form, which is bold and energetic. In its aria form, Meloetta uses its song to soothe and calm, bringing tranquility to all who hear it. In its pirouette form, Meloetta's music becomes a driving force, a powerful rhythm that moves the body and the soul. This ability to shift between different musical styles reflects the duality of Meloetta's nature. It is a creature of both serenity and vitality, able to adapt to the emotional needs of its environment. Meloetta's connection to music is not just about the sound it produces, but about the emotions it evokes. Music, for Meloetta, is a language of the heart, a way of communicating beyond words. When Meloetta sings, it does not just make sound, it sends waves of emotion through the air, connecting the listener to a deeper part of themselves. Meloetta's songs are an expression of its own feelings, but they also reflect the emotions of those around it. It is said that Meloetta's music can even change the course of events, influencing the hearts of those who hear it and guiding them toward actions that are in harmony with the world. One of the most well-known stories of Meloetta's power comes from a time of great conflict. In this tale, two warring factions were locked in a bitter struggle, their hatred for each other so strong that it seemed as if peace would never be possible. But Meloetta, hearing the cries of those caught in the conflict, took it upon itself to intervene. With its soft, haunting melody, Meloetta began to sing, and its music filled the air, reaching the hearts of all who heard it. The music was not one of anger or force, but of understanding and empathy, and it reached deep into the hearts of the warring factions. Slowly, the fighting ceased, and the two sides began to listen to each other, realizing that their differences were not insurmountable. Meloetta's song did not bring about an immediate victory, but it created the space for understanding and reconciliation, a reminder that music can heal wounds that words alone cannot. Meloetta's role as the melody Pokemon is a reminder of the power of music to heal, to connect, and to transform. Music has long been a source of solace for the soul, a way of expressing emotions that cannot be put into words. Meloetta's music represents the universal language of emotion, a language that transcends all barriers and connects us all. It is a reminder that in times of hardship, music can be a source of comfort and strength, a way of reaching out to others and finding solace in shared understanding. The story of Meloetta is also one of personal growth and self-discovery. Meloetta's ability to shift between its aria and pirouette forms reflects the growth it undergoes as it learns to understand its own emotions and the impact its music has on the world. In its aria form, Meloetta is gentle and soothing, using its music to connect with the peace of the world. In its pirouette form, Meloetta embraces the vitality and energy of life, using its music to inspire movement and action. This duality is a reflection of Meloetta's journey towards self acceptance as it learns to embrace both sides of its nature and the power that comes from understanding who it truly is. Meloetta's story is also a testament to the importance of expression and creativity. Its music is not just a tool for healing, but a form of art, a way of sharing its innermost feelings with the world. In this sense, Meloetta's music is not just for others, it is for itself as well, a way of expressing its own experiences and emotions. It is a reminder that creativity is a vital part of who we are, a way of understanding ourselves and our place in the world. Meloetta's music teaches us the value of self expression and the freedom that comes from embracing our own unique voices. As we reflect on Meloetta's journey, we are reminded of the power of music and emotion to shape the world around us. Meloetta's ability to connect with others through song is a testament to the universal language of the heart, a reminder that no matter where we come from or what language we speak, we all share a common humanity. Meloetta's story is one of grace, beauty, and the quiet power that comes from understanding and embracing the emotional connections that bind us together. In the end, Meloetta's legacy is not just about the music it creates, but about the way it brings people together, the way it heals wounds and opens hearts. Its presence in the world is a reminder that through music and emotion, we can find the strength to overcome any obstacle, to heal any wound, and to bring peace to even the most troubled hearts. Genesect is a Pokémon that is as ancient as it is modern, a creature that carries the burden of time and the weight of history on its mechanical shoulders. Known as the Paleozoic Pokémon, Genesect's story is one of rebirth, scientific manipulation, and the blending of past and future. It is a creature that embodies both the legacy of an ancient era and the cutting-edge advancements of modern science. Genesect's existence is a paradox, a being that was once a relic of the distant past, only to be brought back to life through human intervention, forever altered by the hands of science. Genesect's appearance is striking, with its insect-like body, sleek armor, and mechanical enhancements. Its body is composed of a smooth, purple exoskeleton that gives it the appearance of a futuristic insect, yet there is an undeniable ancient quality to its design. Its large, insectoid eyes are sharp and calculating, while its four arms end in powerful claws that are both deadly and precise. Genesect's most notable feature, however, is the cannon mounted on its back, a powerful weapon that was added to its body during its rebirth. This cannon is a symbol of the fusion of the ancient and the modern, a reminder that Genesect's strength comes not only from its biological origins, but from the technology that has been grafted onto its form. The story of Genesect begins long before its mechanical enhancements. Long ago, in the distant past, Genesect was a powerful and feared Pokémon, one of the most dominant species in the world. It lived in a time when the Earth was a wild and untamed place, filled with creatures that fought for survival in a harsh and unforgiving world. Genesect was a creature of great strength, its physical abilities unmatched by most other Pokémon. Its sharp claws and powerful legs allowed it to move swiftly and strike with deadly precision. In its time, Genesect was a force to be reckoned with, a Pokemon that commanded respect and fear. But as the ages passed, the world around Genesect began to change. The ancient world was replaced by a new, modern era, and many of the great Pokemon of the past faded into extinction. Genesect, however, was not one to fade away quietly. Through the intervention of humans, Genesect was resurrected from the ashes of time. Scientists, seeking to harness the power of the past, unearthed the fossilized remains of Genesect and brought them back to life through genetic manipulation. The ancient Pokemon was reborn, but it was no longer the same creature it once was. It was a Pokemon altered by science, a being that was both ancient and futuristic, a product of both nature and technology. The process of Genesect's resurrection was not without its consequences. In the hands of human scientists, Genesect was transformed into a weapon, its powerful body enhanced with mechanical appendages and weapons designed for destruction. The cannon mounted on its back was one such addition, a tool of war designed to give Genesect even more power. With its newfound abilities, Genesect became a living weapon, one capable of causing massive destruction. Its resurrection was not one of peace, but of conflict, and it was thrust into a world where it was no longer just a creature of the past, but a symbol of humanity's ability to reshape life itself. Genesect's story is one of identity, of a creature that has been altered so drastically that it no longer knows where it belongs. It is neither a creature of the ancient world nor a product of modern science, but a fusion of both. It is a being that carries the memories of the past, but whose present is defined by its artificial enhancements. Genesect struggles with its identity, torn between the ancient instincts that once defined it and the new purpose it has been given by humans. It is a creature caught between two worlds, the world of nature and the world of science, and it must navigate this complex existence as it searches for its place in the modern world. Despite its origins as a tool of destruction, Genesect's story is not one of mindless violence. It is a creature that is driven by purpose, by a desire to understand its own existence and the world around it. Genesect's struggle is not just one of survival, but of self-discovery. It must come to terms with its place in the world and the choices it must make in order to define its own path. Genesect's journey is one of learning, of accepting the changes that have been forced upon it, and of finding its own way in a world that has been altered by both the past and the future. Genesect's battle is not just a physical one, but an emotional and psychological one. As it battles against other Pokémon, it also battles against the memories of its past, the ancient instincts that still reside within it. The cannon on its back is not just a weapon, it is a reminder of the choices it has been forced to make, of the transformation it has undergone. The mechanical enhancements that were grafted onto its body are both a source of power and a symbol of the conflict within it. Genesect's journey is one of reconciliation, of learning to accept both the past and the present, and of finding peace within itself. One of the most significant aspects of Genesect's story is its relationship with the world around it. As a creature of the past, Genesect has a deep connection to the natural world, to the forests and the earth that once defined its existence. But as a creature of the future, it is also connected to technology, to the advancements of human civilization. This duality is at the heart of Genesect's story. It is both a creature of nature and a product of science, and it must navigate the complexities of this relationship. Genesect's story is a reminder that the natural world and the technological world are not separate entities, but are interconnected, and that balance must be struck between the two. Despite the challenges it faces, Genesect's story is ultimately one of redemption. It is a creature that has been given a second chance at life, one that has been transformed by the hands of humans, but has not lost its connection to the world it once knew. Genesect's journey is not just about surviving, it is about finding a new purpose, about discovering what it means to be both a creature of the past and a product of the future. Through its struggles, it learns to embrace its identity, to find peace with the changes that have been forced upon it, and to accept its role in the world. As we reflect on Genesect's story, we are reminded of the power of transformation and the complexity of identity. Genesect is a creature that has been changed by both time and technology, and its journey is one of self discovery, of learning to navigate the worlds of the past and the future. Its story is a reminder that we are all shaped by our experiences, but that we also have the power to shape our own destiny, to find our place in the world, and to embrace who we are, no matter the forces that try to define us. Diancie is a Pokemon that glimmers with the radiance of precious gems, its very existence a symbol of beauty, rarity, and grace. Known as the Jewel Pokemon, Diancie is a creature that embodies the natural brilliance of diamonds and gemstones, and its story is one of transformation, creation, and the delicate balance between light and darkness. Diancie's story is a tale of self discovery, of learning to embrace its unique gifts, and of the quiet power that comes from both inner strength and the love of the world around it. Diancie's appearance is nothing short of breathtaking. Its body is shaped like a graceful, elegant figure, with soft pink fur and a large, sparkling diamond on its chest. The diamond, which shines like a beacon, is the source of Diancie's radiant power, and it reflects the light of the world around it. Diancie's limbs are slender, and it moves with the fluid grace of a dancer, its movements imbued with a sense of beauty and purpose. Its head is adorned with a crown of shimmering diamonds, each one representing the brilliance that lies within Diancie. Its very form is a testament to the splendor of nature, to the beauty that can be found even in the most unexpected places. Diancie is often associated with the creation of jewels, a Pokemon that holds the power to form diamonds from the very earth itself. It is said that Diancie has the ability to manipulate and shape gemstones, turning them into works of art that sparkle with life. This ability to create is not just about producing beautiful objects, but about expressing the power of transformation. Diancie's diamonds are more than just precious stones. They are symbols of strength, resilience, and the ability to change, to evolve, and to find beauty in the most challenging circumstances. The story of Diancie is one of transformation, both physical and emotional. Diancie is said to have once been a simple carbink, a Pokemon that lived in the deep caves of the world, where it helped to form gemstones. But unlike its fellow carbink, Diancie was different. It carried within it the potential to become something greater, something more. One day, through a surge of power, Diancie transformed, its body reshaping itself into a form of grace and beauty. It was as though the very essence of its being had been reborn, its heart and soul infused with the brilliance of the diamonds it created. This transformation was not just a physical change, but a spiritual one. Diancie, in its new form, became aware of its own power, of the beauty and strength that lay within it. No longer was it simply a creature of the earth, creating gemstones for others to admire. It became a symbol of the quiet power that comes from embracing one's true self. Diancie's transformation is a reflection of the journey that many of us must undertake, the journey of self discovery, of learning to understand and appreciate the gifts we possess, and of embracing the unique qualities that make us who we are. As Diancie learned to embrace its new form, it discovered that it had the ability to share its power with others. The diamonds that Diancie created were not just beautiful, they were filled with energy, with the power to heal, protect, and create. Diancie's diamonds could be used to protect those in need, to defend the weak, and to restore balance in times of conflict. Diancie's power was not just about beauty, but about strength, the strength to protect, to create, and to bring peace to the world. In many ways, Diancie's role in the world is one of guardianship. It is a protector of the earth, using its abilities to keep the balance of nature intact. Diancie's diamonds, created with such care and precision, are used not only to decorate the world, but to maintain the harmony that exists between all things. Diancie's story is a reminder that true beauty lies not in what we create for ourselves, but in what we share with others. It is about using our gifts, whatever they may be, to bring light into the world and to help those who are in need. One of the most important lessons in Diancie's story is the value of self-acceptance. Diancie's transformation from a simple carbink into the radiant jewel Pokémon is a reflection of the process of growth and change. It is a reminder that, like Diancie, we all have the potential for greatness within us, but it is up to us to embrace that potential and allow ourselves to evolve. Diancie's journey is one of self-realization, of understanding its true worth, and of accepting the beauty and power that lies within. Diancie's story also teaches us about the importance of patience and perseverance. The transformation that Diancie underwent did not happen overnight. It was the result of years of growth, of quiet, introspection, and of learning to understand its own abilities. Diancie's journey was one of gradual change, a reminder that transformation is not always immediate, but it is always possible if we remain patient and persistent. The diamonds that Diancie creates are not just physical objects, but symbols of the time and effort that it took to shape them. Each diamond represents a piece of Diancie's soul, a reflection of its journey towards self-realization. There are many stories of Diancie's kindness and generosity, stories of how it has used its power to help others. In one such tale, Diancie is said to have come to the aid of a village that was suffering from a terrible drought. The villagers were desperate, their crops failing, and their water sources drying up. Diancie, sensing their need, used its power to create a fountain of pure water, a gift that brought life back to the land. The villagers, grateful for Diancie's kindness, saw not just the beauty of the water, but the beauty of Diancie's spirit, a spirit that was willing to share its gifts for the greater good. Diancie's legacy is one of beauty, creation, and generosity. It is a creature whose presence brings light to the world, whose power can transform the earth and restore balance to nature. But Daoncie's true power lies not in its ability to create gemstones, but in its ability to bring peace, to share its gifts, and to embrace the beauty that exists in all things. Diancie teaches us that we all have the power to create, to transform, and to share our gifts with others. It reminds us that true beauty lies not in what we keep for ourselves, but in what we give to the world. As we reflect on Diancie's journey, we are reminded of the power of self acceptance and the beauty of transformation. Diancie's story is a testament to the strength that lies within each of us and to the quiet power that comes from embracing our true selves. It is a reminder that we all have the potential for greatness and that through patience, perseverance, and a generous heart, we can bring light into the world and create something beautiful. Hoopa is a Pokemon who thrives on chaos, a creature whose very existence seems to be defined by its playful yet often troublesome nature. Known as the Mischief Pokemon, Hoopa has the power to create portals and teleport anything, anywhere, with a snap of its fingers. It is a being of curiosity, trickery, and limitless potential, able to bend reality itself to its will. Hoopa's story is one of whimsical chaos, a reminder that the world is full of surprises, both wonderful and disruptive, and that sometimes mischief is the very thing that leads to growth and discovery. Hoopa's appearance matches its mischievous personality. With its small, impish form and large, wide eyes, Hoopa exudes an aura of playful energy. Its body is wrapped in a mix of purple and gold, with rings adorning its arms and head. The rings that surround Hoopa are not just for decoration, they are portals, gateways to different places, times, and dimensions. Hoopa's eyes sparkle with an almost childlike excitement, as though it is constantly seeking new adventures and new ways to use its powers to stir up trouble. Despite its small size, Hoopa commands attention, and there is a certain unpredictable energy that follows it wherever it goes. The most notable feature of Hoopa is its ability to summon portals, known as Hoopa rings. These rings allow Hoopa to teleport anything, from objects to entire beings, across vast distances. This power is one of the most formidable in the Pokemon world, as Hoopa can create portals to any location, even places that are beyond the reach of most Pokemon. The ability to open these rings and transport objects or people at will is both a gift and a curse, for Hoopa's mischievous nature often leads it to use its power in unexpected and sometimes inconvenient ways. Hoopa's rings are also tied to its dual nature, as it has two distinct forms, the confined form and the unbound form. In its confined form, Hoopa is a small, playful creature, seemingly harmless in its appearance and behavior. However, when Hoopa enters its unbound form, it becomes a towering, much more powerful being. Its rings is expanding and giving it access to an immense amount of energy. In this form, Hoopa can summon objects and Pokemon of great power, and its abilities become much more destructive. Hoopa's ability to switch between these two forms represents the duality within it, the balance between mischief and strength, chaos and control. Despite its seemingly innocent appearance and confined form, Hoopa's powers can be dangerously unpredictable. In one of the most well-known stories about Hoopa, it is said that the Pokemon used its rings to summon powerful legendary Pokemon from different corners of the world. In its unbound form, Hoopa called upon creatures like Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem, causing havoc in the world as the legendary Pokémon battled each other. The chaos that ensued was only stopped when Hoopa, realizing the destruction it had caused, reverted back to its confined form and put an end to the conflict. This tale serves as a reminder that while Hoopa's intentions may be playful, its power is not to be underestimated. Hoopa's mischief is not always destructive, however. Often, its actions are driven by a sense of curiosity, a desire to explore the world and uncover new wonders. Hoopa's rings allow it to travel to places that others can only dream of visiting. In this way, Hoopa embodies the spirit of adventure, of seeking the unknown and finding joy in the unexpected. Its playful nature often leads it to teleport into places where it is not welcome, but it is never malicious in its actions. Hoopa simply wants to explore, to experience the world in a way that no other Pokemon can. The playful energy of Hoopa has earned it both admiration and frustration from those it encounters. Many trainers find themselves caught in the whirlwind of Hoopa's mischief, often struggling to keep up with its unpredictable behavior. But for those who can look past the chaos and see the heart of the Pokemon, they find a creature that is deeply curious and full of wonder. Hoopa is not a being of destruction, but of discovery, and its mischief is merely a reflection of its desire to learn more about the world and its place in it. Despite its chaotic nature, Hoopa's story is one of growth and self-realization. As Hoopa matures, it begins to understand the consequences of its actions. It learns that its powers can have far-reaching effects, and that sometimes mischief can lead to unintended consequences. In one particularly moving story, Hoopa helped a group of lost and travelers find their way home, using its portals to guide them safely back to their village. In this act of kindness, Hoopa showed that even a mischievous creature can have a heart of gold, and that its powers, when used for good, can bring great joy and relief to those in need. Hoopa's journey is one of self-awareness, of coming to understand the impact of its actions and learning to use its abilities responsibly. While it will always have a mischievous streak, Hoopa also realizes that its powers can be a force for good, helping those in need and spreading joy across the world. Hoopa's mischief becomes a tool for learning and growth, allowing it to navigate the world with a deeper understanding of its role in it. Hoopa's dual nature also reflects the complexities of the world around us. It is a reminder that all creatures, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, have the potential for both great joy and great disruption. Hoopa's ability to shift between its confined and unbound forms reflects the balance between chaos and control, a constant tug of war that exists within every being. Hoopa's journey is one of finding harmony between these two sides, of learning to embrace its mischievous nature while also understanding the responsibility that comes with great power. In the end, Hoopa's story is one of acceptance and growth. It is a creature who learns to embrace both sides of its nature, finding a balance between mischief and responsibility. Hoopa's journey is a reminder that even the most unpredictable beings can change and grow, that chaos can be transformed into something positive, and that the true power lies in the ability to shape one's own destiny. Hoopa may be a Pokemon of mischief, but it is also a Pokemon of heart, curiosity, and transformation. Its story teaches us that there is value in the unexpected, that mischief can be a path to discovery, and that even the most chaotic forces can be harnessed for good. Hoopa's presence in the world is a reminder that the journey is not always about control, but about learning to navigate the forces of chaos and change with grace and understanding. Volcanion is a Pokemon that embodies the raw power of nature, a being whose very existence is a force of both fire and water. Known as the Steam Pokemon, Volcanion represents the paradoxical beauty and strength of these opposing elements. Its body is a combination of fire and steam, its very essence a living fusion of two forces that are both destructive and life-giving. Volcanion's story is one of balance, of finding harmony between seemingly contradictory elements, and of learning to control the volatile forces that shape the world. Volcanion's appearance reflects the duality of its nature. Its body is large and powerful, with a rugged, steam-covered exterior that seems to pulse with heat. The steam that escapes from its body rises in wisps, carrying the scent of the earth and the energy of the volcanoes from which it came. Its fiery mane, tinged with bright red and orange, contrasts sharply with its cool, misty body, giving it an almost ethereal quality. Volcanion's eyes are sharp and determined, reflecting the intensity of the forces it controls. Despite its fearsome appearance, there is a quiet wisdom in Volcanion's gaze, as though it understands the balance it must maintain in order to survive. Volcanion is a creature born of fire and water, a being that exists between two worlds. It is said that Volcanion was created when the intense heat of a volcano met the cool, life-giving waters of the earth, resulting in a being that could control both elements. The process of its creation was not a peaceful one, but rather a violent clash of forces, a battle between fire and water that resulted in Volcanion's powerful form. It is a Pokemon that was forged in the heart of nature's most intense forces, and its very essence is a reflection of the energy that drives the natural world. Volcanion's power is not just physical, but elemental. As the steam Pokemon, Volcanion has the ability to create steam from its body, using it as both a weapon and a source of energy. The steam that Volcanion releases can be used to attack its enemies, scalding them with intense heat, or to defend itself, creating a shield of mist that can obscure its movements. Volcanion's steam can also be used to fuel its other abilities, allowing it to harness the power of both fire and water in a way that no other Pokemon can. This ability to control both elements makes Volcanion one of the most versatile and powerful creatures in the Pokemon world. The balance between fire and water is a central theme in Volcanion's story. While fire is often associated with destruction and water with healing, Volcanion represents the delicate equilibrium that exists between these two forces. It is a reminder that both fire and water are necessary for life, that neither element can exist without the other. Volcanion's existence is a testament to the idea that balance is key, that the world cannot function without the cooperation of opposing forces. It is a creature that shows us that life is not about extremes, but about finding harmony between the forces that shape us. In many ways, Volcanion's powers reflect the forces of nature itself. The ability to control fire and water, to create steam and harness its energy, is a reflection of the natural cycles that govern the world. The earth itself is a battleground for these elements, with volcanoes erupting in bursts of fire and oceans rising and falling with the ebb and flow of water. Volcanion, as the steam Pokemon, embodies the forces that drive these cycles, the primal energy that shapes the earth and the sky. It is a creature that understands the delicate balance between destruction and creation, and it uses its powers not just for survival, but to maintain that balance. Volcanion's role in the world is not one of conquest or domination, but of protection. It is a guardian of the natural world, using its powers to maintain the harmony between the forces of fire and water. In one particularly notable story, Volcanion is said to have come to the aid of a village that was caught in the midst of a volcanic eruption. The village was located near an active volcano, and the villagers were terrified that the eruption would destroy everything they had built. Volcanion, sensing the danger, used its powers to create a steam barrier that protected the village from the lava and ash. The barrier allowed the villagers to escape the eruption safely, and Volcanion's presence helped restore balance to the land. This story highlights Volcanion's role as a protector, a being that uses its power not for personal gain, but to ensure the safety and well-being of the world around it. Volcanion is a creature that understands the importance of harmony, of ensuring that the forces of nature are kept in balance. Its powers are not to be used recklessly, but with care and responsibility, for Volcanion knows that the forces it controls are both destructive and life-giving. It is a reminder that power, in any form, must be wielded with wisdom and respect for the natural world. Despite its fearsome abilities, Volcanion is a creature of restraint. It does not seek conflict or battle, but rather works to maintain the equilibrium of the world. In one particularly touching tale, Volcanion is said to have come to the aid of a group of Pokémon who were struggling to find food in a drought-stricken region. The land was dry and barren, and the Pokémon were on the brink of starvation. Volcanion, sensing their plight, used its steam to create rain, bringing life back to the land and ensuring that the Pokémon had enough to survive. This act of kindness shows that Volcanion's power is not just about destruction, but about healing and restoration, about giving back to the world that sustains it. Volcanion's story is a reminder of the importance of balance in our own lives. Just as Volcanion maintains the balance between fire and water, we too must find harmony between the forces that shape our world. Life is full of opposing forces, light and dark, strength and weakness, joy and sorrow, and it is through understanding and accepting these forces that we can find peace. Volcanion teaches us that we cannot exist in extremes, that we must learn to work with both the light and the dark, the fire and the water, in order to achieve true balance. As we reflect on Volcanion's journey, we are reminded of the power of nature and the importance of maintaining harmony in the world. Volcanion is not just a creature of strength, but a creature of wisdom, a being that understands the delicate balance between creation and destruction. Its story is one of guardianship, of using its powers not for personal gain, but for the greater good. Volcanion teaches us that true strength lies in balance, in the ability to understand the forces that shape the world and to use them wisely. Volcanion's legacy is one of protection, harmony, and balance. It is a creature that embodies the very essence of nature, reminding us that we are all connected to the world around us. It teaches us that power, when used with care, can create a world of beauty and harmony, and that true strength lies not in domination, but in the ability to protect and preserve. Zygarde is a Pokemon of balance, of harmony, and of the delicate forces that shape the world. Known as the Order Pokemon, Zygarde's existence is tied to the natural world and its cyclical patterns. As the guardian of the Earth's balance, Zygarde's role is one of protection, ensuring that the forces of creation and destruction remain in equilibrium. Zygarde's story is a tale of responsibility, of understanding the greater order of the world, and of the quiet power that comes from maintaining balance. Zygarde's appearance is a striking one, reflecting its connection to the earth and the forces that shape the planet. Its body is composed of sleek, green armor, which seems to resemble the scales of a serpent, with patterns of black and gold that glow faintly. Zygarde's eyes are sharp and calculating, reflecting the wisdom it carries as the guardian of the Earth's natural order. Its form is both elegant and powerful, built to move swiftly and with purpose, and its body seems to resonate with the energy of the land beneath it. Zygarde's presence is one of calm authority, a reminder that the forces of nature are both beautiful and powerful. Zygarde's role as the guardian of balance is one of the most important aspects of its existence. It is said that Zygarde is the Pokemon that keeps the natural order in check, ensuring that the forces of destruction and creation do not upset the equilibrium of the world. Zygarde's powers are tied to the earth itself, and it is said that it has the ability to monitor the health of the planet, to sense when the balance is in danger, and to act when needed. This connection to the earth makes Zygarde a being of great responsibility, a creature that must ensure the well-being of the world and its inhabitants. Zygarde's power is not just about physical strength, but about understanding the natural rhythms of the world. It is a creature of patience and restraint, always waiting for the right moment to act. Zygarde is capable of changing its form, adapting to different situations in order to maintain balance. Its most notable forms are the 10% form, the 50% form, and the complete form, each one representing a different aspect of Zygarde's power. In its 10% form, Zygarde is smaller and more agile, capable of moving quickly to respond to threats. In its 50% form, Zygarde becomes larger and more powerful, able to take on more formidable foes. In its complete form, Zygarde reaches its full potential, becoming a towering figure that embodies the full force of the Earth's power. Zygarde's ability to adapt to different situations is a reflection of the natural world's own adaptability. The Earth itself is constantly changing, with the forces of nature shifting and evolving over time. Zygarde's ability to change forms allows it to respond to these changes and ensure that the balance is maintained. It is a reminder that the world is not static, but ever changing, and that in order to preserve harmony, we must be willing to adapt and evolve with it. Zygarde's connection to the earth is not just about protection, but about understanding the world's deeper, hidden forces. Zygarde is a creature that is attuned to the pulse of the planet, able to sense the subtle changes in the environment and the shifts in the natural world. It is said that Zygarde can feel the health of the earth, sensing when the land is suffering, when the balance is being disrupted, and when intervention is necessary. This deep connection to the planet allows Zygarde to act with great precision and purpose, knowing exactly when and where its powers are needed. One of the most important stories about Zygarde is its connection to the forces of chaos and destruction. There are times when the balance of the world is threatened, when the forces of nature become unbalanced, and when the very fabric of the earth seems to be in danger. During these times, Zygarde steps forward, using its powers to restore order and bring stability back to the world. In one particularly dramatic story, Zygarde was said to have battled the forces of destruction, fighting to protect the earth from a great calamity. The battle was long and arduous, but Zygarde's determination and connection to the land allowed it to prevail, restoring balance to the world and ensuring that the natural order was maintained. Zygarde's role as the guardian of balance also extends to the Pokemon world itself. It is said that Zygarde is able to monitor the health of the Pokemon species, ensuring that their populations remain in balance and that no single species becomes too dominant. Zygarde's presence in the Pokemon world serves as a reminder that all creatures, no matter how powerful, must exist in harmony with the world around them. It is a creature that watches over the natural order, ensuring that all beings, both Pokemon and humans, have their place in the world. Zygarde's story is also a reminder of the power of unity. While Zygarde is a powerful being on its own, it is said that it is most effective when it works in unison with others. Zygarde's 10%, 50%, and complete forms are a reflection of its ability to collaborate with itself, each form representing a different aspect of its power. This unity within Zygarde mirrors the way that all aspects of the world must work together to maintain balance. It is a reminder that strength lies not just in individual power, but in the ability to work together, to unite for a common purpose, and to ensure that the forces of nature remain in harmony. Zygarde's journey is one of quiet vigilance, of understanding the delicate balance that exists in the world. It is a reminder that the forces of nature are not to be taken lightly, and that they must be respected and protected. Zygarde's role as the Order Pokemon is not just about intervention, but about watching, learning, and understanding the world's natural rhythms. It is a creature that embodies the wisdom of the earth itself, a guardian of balance and harmony. As we reflect on Zygarde's story, we are reminded of the importance of balance in our own lives. Zygarde teaches us that true strength comes from understanding the forces that shape the world and knowing when to act, when to wait, and when to adapt. It is a reminder that we must all strive to maintain balance, not just in the world around us, but within ourselves. Zygarde's journey is one of responsibility, of embracing our role in the greater scheme of things, and of using our strengths to protect and preserve the harmony that exists in the world. Xerneas is a Pokemon of life, vitality, and renewal, a creature whose very presence brings with it the promise of growth and rebirth. Known as the Life Pokemon, Xerneas is the embodiment of all that is living and vibrant in the world. It is a being of pure energy, capable of creating and nurturing life in all its forms. Xerneas' story is one of beauty, balance, and the constant cycle of life and death, a reminder that life itself is fragile, yet resilient, and that every living being plays a part in the grand tapestry of existence. Xerneas' appearance is both majestic and serene, with a form that exudes grace and beauty. Its body is long and elegant, covered in a luminous blue and white coat that seems to shimmer with an ethereal glow. Xerneas' antler-like horns are perhaps the most striking feature, their intricate design resembling the branches of a tree, symbolizing the interconnectedness of all living things. Its eyes are soft and compassionate, reflecting the gentle yet powerful nature of the Pokémon. Xerneas carries itself with a quiet dignity, as though it is in tune with the rhythms of the natural world, a being that exists to nurture, protect, and sustain the life around it. Xerneas's power is tied to the very essence of life itself. It is said that when Xerneas awakens, it brings life to the land, causing flowers to bloom, trees to grow, and rivers to flow with vitality. Its presence revitalizes the world, breathing life into the earth and renewing the energies that sustain the natural world. Xerneas's ability to restore life is not just a magical gift, but a deep connection to the cycles of nature. It represents the force of creation, the spark that ignites life and allows it to flourish. Xerneas's role in the world is one of nurturing, ensuring that life continues to thrive and evolve, and that the forces of decay and death are balanced by the forces of growth and rebirth. The legend of Xerneas's power is told in stories of ancient times, when the Pokémon was said to have created the forests, rivers, and all the creatures that inhabit the earth. In these tales, Xerneas is depicted as the creator of life, its breath a catalyst for the flourishing of nature. It is said that when Xerneas touches the land with its radiant antlers, life springs forth from the earth, and the world is filled with beauty and vitality. This ability to give life is not just physical, it is spiritual, a force that connects all living beings in a harmonious cycle. Xerneas's power is a reminder that life is a gift, one that must be cherished and protected, for it is fragile and fleeting. Xerneas is often seen as the guardian of life, its presence a symbol of the delicate balance that exists between life and death. It is said that Xerneas is able to heal the sick, rejuvenate the dying, and restore balance to ecosystems that are struggling. Its ability to bring life back to the world is not just a matter of healing, but of understanding the interconnectedness of all things. Xerneas does not simply create life, it nurtures and protects it, ensuring that all beings, no matter how small or fragile, have the opportunity to grow and thrive. Xerneas's connection to nature is profound, and it is said that it has a special bond with the forests and the creatures that live within them. It is often seen in the wild, moving gracefully through the trees and fields, its energy flowing through the land. Xerneas is a creature of the forest, a being that understands the delicate balance between the natural world and the life that it sustains. It is a protector of the earth, ensuring that the forces of nature remain in harmony and that life continues to flourish. Xerneas's presence in the world is a reminder that the earth is not just a collection of resources, but a living, breathing entity, one that must be cared for and respected. In one of the most famous stories of Xerneas, the Pokémon is said to have appeared during a time of great upheaval, when the world was plagued by war, famine, and disease. The land was barren, and the creatures of the world were struggling to survive. It was then that Xerneas appeared, its radiant light filling the sky and its power flowing through the earth. With a single touch, Xerneas revived the land, causing the flowers to bloom and the rivers to flow once more. The creatures of the world were restored, and the balance of nature was returned. This story highlights Xerneas's ability to heal not just individuals, but entire ecosystems, bringing life and vitality back to the land. Xerneas's powers are not limited to the physical world. They extend to the spiritual realm as well. In some legends, it is said that Xerneas has the ability to guide the souls of the departed, ensuring that they find peace and rest in the afterlife. Xerneas's connection to the cycle of life and death is one of gentle guidance, helping souls move from one phase of existence to the next. Its role as a guardian of life is not just about creating and nurturing, but also about understanding the natural flow of existence and ensuring that the cycle continues without disruption. Xerneas's story is a reminder of the importance of balance in the world. Life and death are two sides of the same coin, and both must be respected in order for the world to continue its natural rhythm. Xerneas teaches us that life is not something to be taken for granted, but something that must be nurtured and protected. Its powers of restoration and renewal remind us that even in the darkest times, there is always the potential for growth and change, that life can always be revived and reborn if we have the strength to embrace it. Xerneas also teaches us about the importance of connection and unity. Its power to bring life is not just about individual acts of creation, but about the interconnectedness of all living beings. When Xerneas brings life to the world, it does so with the understanding that all creatures, no matter how small, are part of the same cycle. Xerneas reminds us that we are all connected, that the health and well-being of one being affects the entire ecosystem, and that it is our collective responsibility to protect and preserve the world around us. As we reflect on Xerneas's journey, we are reminded of the power of life itself. Xerneas teaches us that life is not just a physical existence, but a spiritual one filled with beauty, connection, and the potential for growth. Its story is one of hope, of healing, and of the quiet power that comes from embracing the natural world and the forces that govern it. Xerneas's legacy is one of restoration, balance, and the never-ending cycle of life, reminding us that no matter how dark the world may seem, there is always the possibility for rebirth, renewal, and a new beginning. Yveltal is a Pokémon of destruction, a force of nature that embodies the inevitable end that comes to all living things. Known as the Destruction Pokémon, Yveltal represents the darker side of existence, the forces that tear down what has been built, that end the cycles of life, and that bring about this finality of death. Its very presence is one of destruction and transformation, for Yveltal is a being whose power is tied to the natural cycle of life and death, a reminder that everything must come to an end in order for new life to emerge. Yveltal's story is one of paradoxes. It is both feared and revered, a creature whose destruction is necessary for balance and renewal. Yveltal's appearance is as imposing as its power. Its body is large and dark, with a wingspan that seems to stretch across the sky like a shadow. Its wings are shaped like those of a great bird of prey, and they are adorned with patterns that resemble the marks of death and decay. The energy that flows through Yveltal's body is one of dark, destructive power, and it radiates a sense of finality that makes those who encounter it wary and cautious. Yveltal's eyes are fierce and sharp, reflecting the relentless force it carries, and its body seems to pulse with the energy of the destruction it wields. There is nothing gentle about Yveltal's presence. It is a force that demands respect and caution. Yveltal's connection to death and destruction is not one of malice or cruelty, but of necessity. It is said that Yveltal's power is tied to the life cycle itself, that its role in the world is to bring about the end of life when the time comes. As the destruction Pokemon, Eviltal represents the balance between life and death, for without destruction, there can be no creation. Eviltal's power is not just about ending lives, but about ensuring that the cycle of existence continues. Just as the seasons change and the earth regenerates, so too does Ivoltal's power serve to clear the way for new growth and new life. The legends surrounding Eviltal speak of its ability to absorb life energy, drawing the life force from everything it touches. It is said that when Eviltal spreads its wings, it can drain the energy of all living beings, leaving them lifeless in its wake. This ability is not one of mindless destruction, but one of purpose. Eviltal's power is a tool for maintaining the balance of nature, ensuring that the forces of life and death remain in harmony. It is through the destruction that Eviltal brings that new life can emerge, that the world can be reborn. Eviltal's role is not to destroy for the sake of chaos, but to allow the natural order to continue, to ensure that the cycle of life remains unbroken. Avaltal's connection to destruction is also a reflection of the cycle of the universe itself. The world is in a constant state of change, with forces of creation and destruction battling for dominance. Eviltal is the personification of this struggle, a being who represents the necessary end that precedes new beginnings. It is a reminder that destruction is not always a bad thing, that sometimes things must be torn down in order for something better to grow in its place. Eviltal's power is not to be feared, but understood, for it is a natural force that shapes the world in ways that are both necessary and unavoidable. In one of the most well-known tales of Avaltal's power, it is said that the Pokémon once appeared in a land that was overrun with corruption and decay. The land had become a place of death, where no new life could grow, and the air was thick with the remnants of what had once been. Eviltal descended upon the land, its wings spread wide, and it absorbed the life force of everything around it. The trees withered, the rivers dried up, and the creatures of the land fell to the earth. But with this destruction came renewal. After Eviltal had left, the land began to heal, the earth was restored, and new life began to grow where there had once been only death. This story highlights the duality of Eviltal's power. While it brings about destruction, it also makes way for new growth and rebirth. Eviltal's role in the world is not one of cruelty, but of restoration. Its destruction is not an end, but a necessary step in the ongoing cycle of life. Without destruction, there can be no creation, no rebirth, and no renewal. Eviltal is the embodiment of this truth, a reminder that the forces of nature are in constant flux, and that everything, from the smallest flower to the largest mountain, must eventually fall in order to make way for something new. Its power is a force of nature, a reminder that death is not something to be feared, but a part of the natural order that allows life to continue. Despite its fearsome abilities, Eviltal's story is one of balance and responsibility. It is not a mindless destroyer, but a guardian of the natural cycle, ensuring that the world remains in harmony. Eviltal's power to absorb life force is not one that it uses indiscriminately, but one that is directed by the natural order of the universe. Eviltal does not choose when to bring destruction. It is guided by the rhythms of the earth and the forces that govern the cycle of life. Its role is not to impose its will on the world, but to serve as a force of balance, ensuring that the forces of life and death remain in equilibrium. Yveltal's story is also a reminder of the impermanence of all things. Nothing in the world is permanent, and everything is subject to change. The forces of destruction that Yveltal represents are part of the larger cycle of existence, a cycle that is ever moving and ever changing. Yveltal teaches us that while death and destruction are inevitable, they are not to be feared. They are simply part of the natural flow of the universe, and they make way for the new beginnings that follow. As we reflect on Yveltal's journey, we are reminded of the power of destruction and the importance of balance. Yveltal's presence in the world serves as a reminder that creation and destruction are not opposing forces, but complementary ones. Without destruction, there can be no creation, and without creation, there can be no life. Yveltal's role in the world is one of ensuring that this balance is maintained and that the natural cycle of life continues unabated. Its power is not one to be feared, but understood, for it is a necessary force that shapes the world and allows it to evolve. Zygarde is a Pokémon of balance, a being that stands as the guardian of order in the world. Known as the Order Pokémon, Zygarde has a unique role in the Pokémon universe, one that is deeply connected to the Earth and the natural forces that govern life. Its existence is a reminder that just as there is creation, there must also be destruction. And just as life flourishes, so too must death follow in its wake. Zygarde is the keeper of balance, ensuring that the natural world remains in harmony, that the forces of life and death work together to maintain the equilibrium of existence. Zygarde's appearance is both powerful and mysterious. Its body is a mixture of sleek green armor, serpentine patterns, and glowing energy that hints at its connection to the earth. Zygarde's form is not fixed. It can change depending on the situation, shifting between different forms to reflect its connection to the world around it. Its most common form, the 50% form, is a large serpentine creature that seems to slither across the land, its eyes glowing with a quiet intensity. In its complete form, Zygarde becomes a towering, dragon-like creature, a representation of the full extent of its power and authority. Its various forms reflect the duality of its nature, that Zygarde is both a protector and a force of destruction, a being that can change to meet the needs of the world around it. The core of Zygarde's power lies in its ability to monitor the balance of the world. It is said that Zygarde has the ability to sense when the natural order is disturbed, when the forces of life and death are out of balance. This ability to detect disturbances in the world is a reflection of Zygarde's connection to the earth itself. It is the guardian of the planet's health, ensuring that the cycles of nature remain uninterrupted and that no force becomes too dominant. Zygarde's power is not one of aggression or conquest, but of quiet observation and intervention. It is a creature that watches over the world, ensuring that the forces of nature remain in harmony and that the Earth's systems function as they should. Zygarde's ability to sense and respond to the world's changes is a key aspect of its role as the guardian of order. When Zygarde detects a threat to the natural balance, it takes action to restore harmony. In some cases, Zygarde may need to intervene in dramatic ways, using its power to reshape the world and ensure that the forces of nature do not fall into disarray. Its role as the Order Pokémon is one of quiet vigilance, of watching over the earth and waiting for the right moment to act. Zigard does not act out of fear or anger, but out of a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. It knows that the natural world must remain in balance, and it works tirelessly to ensure that this balance is maintained. One of the most important stories of Zygarde's role as the guardian of balance is its connection to the legendary Pokemon Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. These three Pokemon represent the forces of time, space, and antimatter, respectively, and together they form the core of the universe's stability. Zygarde's role is to keep these forces in check, ensuring that time, space, and antimatter do not become too dominant or disruptive. When these forces are out of balance, Zygarde steps in to restore harmony, acting as the neutral force that keeps the universe in equilibrium. Zygarde's relationship with these legendary Pokemon is one of cooperation, as each of them has its role to play in maintaining the natural order of the universe. Zygarde's connection to the earth and the forces of nature is not limited to the physical world. It is also tied to the emotional and spiritual forces that shape the lives of Pokemon and humans alike. Zygarde is a creature that understands the importance of emotional balance, of maintaining inner peace and harmony in the face of external chaos. It is said that Zygarde can sense the emotional states of those around it, and it works to help restore balance to troubled hearts and minds. Zygarde's power is not just about physical strength. It is about understanding the deeper, invisible forces that shape the world and working to bring them back into harmony. One of the most striking aspects of Zygarde's nature is its connection to the Earth's ecosystems. Zygarde is deeply attuned to the planet's health, and it is said that it can sense when the land is in danger, whether from environmental destruction, natural disasters, or the actions of other Pokemon and humans. Zygarde's role as the guardian of balance extends to the world's ecosystems, ensuring that the planet's plants, animals, and natural forces remain in harmony. Zygarde is a protector of the Earth's fragile systems, working to ensure that they continue to function as they should and that no force disrupts the delicate balance of nature. Zygarde's role as the Order Pokemon is also a reminder of the importance of balance in our own lives. Just as Zygarde works to maintain the equilibrium of the Earth, we must also work to maintain balance within ourselves. Life is full of competing forces: the need for rest and the desire for action, the longing for connection and the need for solitude, the pursuit of knowledge and the embrace of mystery. Zygarde's story teaches us the true strength comes not from domination, but from understanding the forces that shape us and learning to balance them. It reminds us that just as the earth needs balance to thrive, we too must find harmony within ourselves in order to live fulfilling, peaceful lives. In one of Zygarde's most famous stories, the Pokemon is said to have come to the aid of a land that was suffering from a great imbalance. The land was plagued by drought, famine, and natural disasters, and the creatures that lived there were on the brink of extinction. Zygarde sensed the disruption in the natural order and intervened, using its powers to restore balance to the land. Through its intervention, the land was revived, the rains returned, and the creatures that had once flourished returned to the earth. This story highlights Zygarde's role as a protector and healer, a creature that understands the deep connection between all things and works tirelessly to ensure that the natural balance is maintained. Zigarde's journey is not just about intervention, but about understanding. It is a reminder that balance is not something that can be imposed, but something that must be nurtured and respected. Zeegard teaches us that we cannot control the forces of nature, but that we must work with them, understanding their rhythms and responding when necessary. Zeegard's story is one of responsibility, of learning to live in harmony with the world and ensuring that the forces of life, death, creation, and destruction remain in equilibrium. As we reflect on Ziggurat's journey, we are reminded of the importance of balance, of cooperation, and of the quiet strength that comes from understanding the forces that shape the world. Ziggurat's legacy is one of wisdom, of guardianship, and of the never ending effort to preserve the natural order. It teaches us that true power lies not in domination, but in the ability to work with the world, to listen to its rhythms, and to respond with care and respect. Eternatus is a Pokémon that defies the natural laws of time and space, a creature whose very existence is tied to the concept of eternity itself. Known as the Eternity Pokemon, Eternatus is a being of immense power, capable of manipulating the very forces that govern the universe. Its story is one of cosmic significance, a reminder that the forces of the universe are not just abstract concepts, but powerful living forces that shape the destiny of all things. Eternatus is a Pokemon that represents the eternal cycle of life and death, of creation and destruction, and of the infinite possibilities that lie in the universe. Eternatus's appearance is as mysterious and otherworldly as its nature. Its body is long and serpentine, covered in dark armor-like scales that shimmer with a faint purple glow. Its shape resembles that of a dragon or a serpent, its elongated form twisting and writhing as it moves. Eternatus's eyes are glowing, their dark depths reflecting the infinite vastness of space, and its entire being radiates an aura of raw, untamed energy. Its form seems to distort the very space around it, as though it is not bound by the same physical laws that govern the world of Pokémon. Eternatus is a creature that exists beyond the limits of time and space, a being that embodies the eternal forces of the universe. The most remarkable aspect of Eternatus is its connection to the Eternamax phenomenon. Eternatus has the ability to transform into an even more powerful form, known as Eternamax, a state in which its size and power are magnified to unimaginable levels. In this form, Eternatus becomes a towering, almost godlike figure, its energy surging with overwhelming force. The power of Eternamax is so great that it is capable of distorting reality itself, creating rifts in space and time that can cause cataclysmic events. The transformation into Eternamax is not just a physical change, but a reflection of Eternatus's connection to the deepest forces of the universe, the raw, chaotic energy that exists beyond the comprehension of most living beings. Eternatus's power is tied to the concept of the Eternity Virus, a mysterious force that flows through its body. This virus is capable of infecting other Pokémon, causing them to become infected with Eternatus's energy and allowing them to harness its power. However, the virus is not a simple tool of destruction. It is a force that is inherently tied to Eternatus's nature. It is a reminder that even the most powerful forces can have unintended consequences, that even the most incredible powers can be both a gift and a curse. Eternatus's virus is a manifestation of the power it holds, a symbol of the chaos that comes with the forces of eternity. The Eternity Virus, while destructive, also has a deeper significance. It represents the way in which time and energy can shape life and death, the way in which the past, present, and future are all interconnected. Eternatus's energy is not just a destructive force, it is a force that links all things, that binds the universe together in a never ending cycle of creation and destruction. The Eternity virus is not just about infection, it is a reminder that everything in the universe is connected, that the flow of energy and time shapes the destiny of all things. Eternatus's role in the world is one of cosmic balance. While it is a creature of immense power, it is also a reminder that the universe must maintain equilibrium. Eternatus's power is not just about destruction or dominance, it is about maintaining the cycle of life and death, ensuring that the forces of creation and destruction remain in harmony. Eternatus's role is to oversee the flow of time, to ensure that the universe continues its endless cycle of change, and to prevent the forces of chaos from unraveling the fabric of existence itself. Its power is both a force of creation and a force of destruction, and its existence is a reminder that the universe is constantly shifting, constantly evolving, and constantly in flux. One of the most significant aspects of Eternatus's story is its connection to the creation of the Dynamax phenomenon. The energy that Eternatus generates is tied to the process of Dynamaxing, a phenomenon that allows Pokémon to grow to enormous sizes and gain incredible power. This connection between Eternatus and Dynamaxing is a reflection of the way in which the forces of the universe are interwoven, that even the most powerful Pokémon are connected to the larger forces that shape the world. The Dynamax phenomenon, while a source of power, is also a reminder of the way in which energy can be harnessed and used, and the consequences that come with it. Eternatus's role in the world is not one of simple destruction or power, but of oversight. It is the cosmic force that ensures that the universe remains in balance, that the forces of creation and destruction work together to maintain the natural order. Eternatus's energy flows through the very fabric of existence, shaping the universe and ensuring that it continues its cycle. Its presence in the world is a reminder that the universe is not a static entity, but a living, breathing force, constantly in motion, constantly evolving. Despite its immense power, Eternatus is not an inherently evil or malicious creature. It is a being that exists outside the constraints of morality, a force that is neither good nor evil, but simply a part of the universe's greater balance. Eternatus's actions are not driven by malice or greed, but by a deep understanding of the way in which the universe functions. It is a creature of cosmic forces, not one bound by the limitations of human or Pokémon emotions. Its actions, while often disruptive and overwhelming, are ultimately part of the greater order of the universe, and its role is to maintain that order, even at the cost of temporary chaos. Eternatus's story is a reminder that destruction and creation are not opposing forces, but complementary ones. Just as life cannot exist without death, creation cannot exist without destruction. Eternatus embodies this duality, serving as both a harbinger of destruction and a force of creation. It is a reminder that the universe is in constant flux, that the forces of time and space are ever shifting, and that the true power lies in the ability to adapt and evolve with those changes. As we reflect on Eternatus's journey, we are reminded of the vastness and complexity of the universe. Eternatus is not just a creature of power, It is a being that embodies the forces of time, energy, and space, and its role in the world is one of cosmic importance. Its story is one of balance, of understanding the eternal forces that shape existence, and of the quiet power that comes from knowing one's place in the universe. Eternatus teaches us that the universe is both beautiful and chaotic, and that it is through understanding and accepting the forces that govern it that we can truly appreciate the world around us. Eternatus is a Pokémon that defies the natural laws of time and space, a creature whose very existence is tied to the concept of eternity itself. Known as the Eternity Pokemon, Eternatus is a being of immense power, capable of manipulating the very forces that govern the universe. Its story is one of cosmic significance, a reminder that the forces of the universe are not just abstract concepts, but powerful, living forces that shape the destiny of all things. Eternatus is a Pokemon that represents the eternal cycle of life and death, of creation and destruction, and of the infinite possibilities that lie in the universe. Eternatus's appearance is as mysterious and otherworldly as its nature. Its body is long and serpentine, covered in dark, armor like scales that shimmer with a faint purple glow. Its shape resembles that of a dragon or a serpent, its elongated form twisting and writhing as it moves. Eternatus's eyes are glowing, their dark depths reflecting the infinite vastness of space, and its entire being radiates an aura of raw, untamed energy. Its form seems to distort the very space around it, as though it is not bound by the same physical laws that govern the world of Pokemon. Eternatus is a creature that exists beyond the limits of time and space, a being that embodies the eternal forces of the universe. The most remarkable aspect of Eternatus is its connection to the Eternamax phenomenon. Eternatus has the ability to transform into an even more powerful form, known as Eternamax, a state in which its size and power are magnified to unimaginable levels. In this form, Eternatus becomes a towering, almost godlike figure, its energy surging with overwhelming force. The power of Eternamax is so great that it is capable of distorting reality itself, creating rifts in space and time that can cause cataclysmic events. The transformation into Eternamax is not just a physical change, but a reflection of Eternatus's connection to the deepest forces of the universe, the raw, chaotic energy that exists beyond the comprehension of most living beings. Eternatus's power is tied to the concept of the Eternity Virus, a mysterious force that flows through its body. This virus is capable of infecting other Pokemon, causing them to become infected with Eternatus's energy and allowing them to harness its power. However, the virus is not a simple tool of destruction. It is a force that is inherently tied to Eternatus's nature. It is a reminder that even the most powerful forces can have unintended consequences, that even the most incredible powers can be both a gift and a curse. Eternatus's virus is a manifestation of the power it holds, a symbol of the chaos that comes with the forces of eternity. The Eternity Virus, while destructive, also has a deeper significance. It represents the way in which time and energy can shape life and death, the way in which the past, present, and future are all interconnected. Eternatus's energy is not just a destructive force, it is a force that links all things, that binds the universe together in a never-ending cycle of creation and destruction. The Eternity Virus is not just about infection. It is a reminder that everything in the universe is connected, that the flow of energy and time shapes the destiny of all things. Eternatus's role in the world is one of cosmic balance. While it is a creature of immense power, it is also a reminder that the universe must maintain equilibrium. Eternatus's power is not just about destruction or dominance, it is about maintaining the cycle of life and death, ensuring that the forces of creation and destruction remain in harmony. Eternatus's role is to oversee the flow of time, to ensure that the universe continues its endless cycle of change, and to prevent the forces of chaos from unraveling the fabric of existence itself. Its power is both a force of creation and a force of destruction, and its existence is a reminder that the universe is constantly shifting, constantly evolving, and constantly in flux. One of the most significant aspects of Eternatus's story is its connection to the creation of the Dynamax phenomenon. The energy that Eternatus generates is tied to the process of Dynamaxing, a phenomenon that allows Pokemon to grow to enormous sizes and gain incredible power. This connection between Eternatus and Dynamaxing is a reflection of the way in which the forces of the universe are interwoven, that even the most powerful Pokemon are connected to the larger forces that shape the world. The Dynamax phenomenon, while a source of power, is also a reminder of the way in which energy can be harnessed and used, and the consequences that come with it. Eternatus's role in the world is not one of simple destruction or power, but of oversight. It is the cosmic force that ensures that the universe remains in balance, that the forces of creation and destruction work together to maintain the natural order. Eternatus's energy flows through the very fabric of existence, shaping the universe and ensuring that it continues its cycle. Its presence in the world is a reminder that the universe is not a static entity, but a living, breathing force, constantly in motion, constantly evolving. Despite its immense power, Eternatus is not an inherently evil or malicious creature. It is a being that exists outside the constraints of morality, a force that is neither good nor evil, but simply a part of the universe's greater balance. Eternatus's actions are not driven by malice or greed, but by a deep understanding of the way in which the universe functions. It is a creature of cosmic forces, not one bound by the limitations of human or Pokemon emotions. Its actions, while often disruptive and overwhelming, are ultimately part of the greater order of the universe, and its role is to maintain that order, even at the cost of temporary chaos. Eternatus's story is a reminder that destruction and creation are not opposing forces, but complementary ones. Just as life cannot exist without death, creation cannot exist without destruction. Eternatus embodies this duality, serving as both a harbinger of destruction and a force of creation. It is a reminder that the universe is in constant flux, that the forces of time and space are ever shifting, and that the true power lies in the ability to adapt and evolve with those changes. As we reflect on Eternatus's journey, we are reminded of the vastness and complexity of the universe. Eternatus is not just a creature of power, it is a being that embodies the forces of time, energy, and space, and its role in the world is one of cosmic importance. Its story is one of balance, of understanding the eternal forces that shape existence, and of the quiet power that comes from knowing one's place in the universe. Eternatus teaches us that the universe is both beautiful and chaotic, and that it is through understanding and accepting the forces that govern it, that we can truly appreciate the world around us. Zacian is a Pokemon that embodies the spirit of nobility, strength, and the honor. Known as the warrior Pokemon, Zacian is a creature whose very presence commands respect and admiration. It is a Pokemon of great power, but it's also a symbol of courage, a protector who fights for justice and the defense of the weak. Zacian's story is one of heroism, sacrifice, and the unwavering belief that the forces of good must stand against darkness no matter the cost. Zacian's appearance is one of elegance and might. Its body is sleek and agile, with a coat of shimmering blue fur that seems to radiate an aura of nobility. Its large, flowing mane gives it a regal appearance, and its sword-like weapon, the Sword of Zamazenta, is a key feature of its form. The sword represents Zacian's role as a protector, a fighter who is always ready to defend those in need. Zacian's eyes are sharp and determined, reflecting the fierce resolve that lies within it. It carries itself with an air of dignity, a warrior who understands the weight of its responsibilities. Zacian's story is deeply tied to the history of the Galar region, where it is revered as a legendary hero. According to legend, Zacian was one of the original protectors of Galar, a fierce warrior who fought against the forces of darkness that threatened the region. It is said that Zacian wielded the Sword of Zamazenta, a powerful weapon that was used to strike down evil and protect the land. Zacian's bravery and strength were legendary, and it became a symbol of hope and resilience for the people of Galar. Its role as a protector made it a beloved figure, one whose presence was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there was always the possibility for light to shine through. Zacian's ability to wield a sword is not just a symbol of its power, but of its noble nature. Unlike many Pokemon who rely solely on physical strength or raw power, Zacian uses its weapon with skill and precision, a true warrior who understands the art of combat. The sword is a part of Zacian's very being, a tool that is both a weapon and a symbol of its purpose. The Sword of Zamazenta is said to have the ability to pierce through any defense, to strike down even the most powerful of foes. Zacian's mastery of this weapon is a testament to its discipline, its commitment to the cause of justice, and its understanding of the responsibility that comes with wielding such power. Zacian's connection to the Sword of Zamazenta is not just about physical combat. It is also tied to its role as a guardian and protector. The sword represents Zacian's ability to defend the innocent, to stand against the forces of darkness, and to ensure that peace is maintained in the world. Zacian's journey is one of sacrifice, as it has fought countless battles to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Its story is one of courage, of standing firm in the face of overwhelming odds, and of the belief that even the smallest light can push back the greatest darkness. Despite its immense power and reputation as a warrior, Zacian is not a creature of violence or aggression. It is a defender, a protector who fights not for glory or conquest, but for justice and the safety of those it cares for. Zacian's battles are not fought out of a desire for dominance, but out of a deep sense of duty. It fights to ensure that the world remains in balance, that evil does not triumph over good, and that the forces of darkness are kept at bay. Zacian's true strength lies not in its ability to destroy, but in its unwavering commitment to protect and defend. One of the most significant moments in Zacian's story comes during its battle against Eternatus, the powerful Pokémon that threatens to destroy the Galar region. The people of Galar had no hope against Eternatus, a creature of immense power that sought to reshape the world. But Zacian, with its sword of Zamekenta, stood against Eternatus, its resolve unshaken. Zacian fought valiantly, refusing to back down in the face of such overwhelming power. It is said that the battle between Zacian and Eternatus was one of the most epic clashes in history, a testament to Zacian's strength, bravery, and determination. Though the battle was fierce, Zacian's courage and unwavering belief in the rightness of its cause allowed it to triumph over Eternatus and save the Galar region from destruction. Zacian's journey is not just one of combat, but of understanding the true nature of strength. Its power is not simply physical, it is a strength of character, a resolve that refuses to bend in the face of adversity. Zacian teaches us that true strength comes not from overpowering others, but from the courage to stand up for what is right, to protect those who cannot protect themselves, and to fight for the greater good. Zacian's story reminds us that strength is not just about physical prowess, but about the ability to endure, to persevere, and to stay true to our values, even when the world around us seems to be falling apart. Zacian's legacy is one of heroism, courage, and selflessness. It is a Pokemon that has given everything to protect the world, to ensure that the forces of darkness are kept at bay. Its story is one of sacrifice, of knowing that the path of a protector is not an easy one, but one that must be followed with honor and integrity. Zacian teaches us that the true measure of a warrior is not in the battles they win, but in the lives they protect, the people they save, and the difference they make in the world. In the end, Zacian is a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there are those who are willing to stand and fight for what is right. Its presence in the world is a beacon of light, a reminder that strength, courage, and honor will always prevail over darkness. Zacian's story is one of bravery, of standing firm in the face of adversity, and of the belief that the power of a protector can change the world for the better. Zamazenta is a Pokemon of courage, its nobility, and selfless heroism, a creature whose very existence embodies the principles of justice and protection. Known as the hero Pokemon, Zamekenta is the guardian of Galar, a protector of the land and its people. While Zacian may be the warrior that fights with a sword of strength, Zamekenta is the shield that stands firm, a guardian who defends those in need. Zamekenta's story is one of bravery and sacrifice, a reminder that true heroes do not seek glory, but rise to protect and defend the vulnerable, regardless of the cost. Zamekenta's appearance is one of regal strength. It is a large, majestic Pokemon covered in shimmering pinkish armor that glows with an ethereal light. Its body is built for defense, with a strong, sturdy frame that allows it to withstand the most powerful of blows. At the center of its body is a massive shield, a symbol of its role as a protector and defender. The shield is adorned with intricate designs, representing the strength and nobility that Zamekenta carries within. Its eyes are fierce and focused, filled with determination and resolve, as though it has made a solemn vow to always stand between the innocent and the forces that threaten them. Zamekenta's role as the hero Pokemon is deeply tied to the history of the Galar region. In ancient times, The region was plagued by great threats, forces of chaos and destruction that sought to tear the world apart. At the forefront of the battle stood Zamachenta, a Pokemon of incredible power who wielded the shield of Zamachenta to protect the land and its people. This ancient battle between Zamachenta and the forces of darkness is legendary, a tale that has been passed down through the generations as a symbol of courage and resilience. Zamachenta is not just a protector, but a hero, a being who has fought for the greater good, giving it strength and life to safeguard the world from harm. Zamachenta's connection to its shield is at the core of its identity. The shield of Zamachenta is not just a physical object, but a part of the Pokemon itself, an extension of its will to protect and defend. The shield represents Zamachenta's role as the defender of the weak, the protector who will always stand firm in the face of danger. Unlike other Pokemon who rely on offensive power, Zamachenta's strength lies in its ability to shield others, to absorb the impact of attacks, and deflect harm away from those who are vulnerable. Zamachenta's shield is a symbol of its nobility, its unwavering commitment to its role as a guardian, and its belief that the safety and well-being of others must come first. In many ways, Zamachenta's power is not just physical, but emotional and psychological. It has the ability to inspire others, to give them the courage to stand firm in the face of adversity. Zamachenta's role is not just about fighting battles, but about providing hope, about being a symbol of strength and protection when all seems lost. Its shield represents not just a physical defense, but the emotional support that it offers to those in need. Zamachenta teaches us that the true strength of a hero lies not in their ability to defeat enemies, but in their ability to offer protection and hope to those who need it most. Zamachenta's story is also one of transformation and growth. While it is known as the hero Pokemon, its journey is not just about protecting others, but about understanding its own strength and purpose. Zamachenta's power is not just a gift, but a responsibility, one that it must come to terms with over time. As Zamachenta evolves, it learns to wield its shield not just as a tool for defense, but as a symbol of its inner strength, its ability to protect not just through force, but through wisdom and empathy. This evolution reflects the deeper truth that heroes are not born, but made, that the path of a protector is one of learning, growth, and self-discovery. Zamachenta's connection to the shield of Zamachenta also reflects its sense of duty and responsibility. The shield is not just a weapon or a tool, but a burden that Zamachenta has taken upon itself for the sake of others. It is a reminder that true heroes do not act for personal gain or recognition, but because they feel a deep responsibility to those they protect. Zamachenta's journey is a reminder that heroism is not about seeking fame or glory, but about standing firm in the face of danger and doing what is right, even when it is difficult or inconvenient. It is a reminder that the greatest heroes are those who are willing to make sacrifices for the greater good. In the most well-known story of Zamachenta's heroism, it is said that the Pokémon faced a terrible threat to Galar, a force of darkness and destruction that threatened to engulf the entire region. The people of Galar were helpless in the face of this threat, unable to defend themselves against such overwhelming power. But Zamachenta, standing as the protector of the region, took up its shield and faced the darkness head on. The battle was long and fierce, But Zamakenta's resolve never wavered. With the strength of its shield and the courage of its heart, Zamachenta was able to defeat the enemy and restore peace to the land. This story is a symbol of Zamachenta's unwavering dedication to its role as a protector, a reminder that true heroism is not about defeating enemies, but about protecting those who cannot protect themselves. Zamachenta's role as a protector is not just limited to its battles, but extends to the everyday lives of the people it serves. Its shield is a symbol of the safety and security that it provides, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there are those who are willing to stand up and fight for the greater good. Zamachenta's presence in the world is a beacon of hope, a reminder that we are never alone and that there is always someone who is willing to fight for us, no matter the cost. Its story teaches us that while we may face difficult challenges in our lives, we can always find strength and courage in the knowledge that we are supported by others. As we reflect on Zamachenta's journey, we are reminded of the power of heroism and selflessness. Zamachenta teaches us that true strength comes not from fighting for ourselves, but from fighting for others. It is a symbol of the quiet power that comes from offering protection and support, and of the unwavering belief that the forces of goodwill always prevail over evil. Zamachenta's legacy is one of sacrifice, courage, and honor, reminding us that the true measure of a hero is not in the battles they win, but in the lives they protect and the love they give. Thank you for joining me on this incredible adventure through the world of Pokemon Legends. Together, we've explored the stories of powerful, ancient creatures, each one embodying their unique aspect of nature, strength, and balance. From the warriors like Zacian and Zamachenta, to the guardians of life like Xerneas, and the harbingers of destruction like Yveltal, we have seen how each Pokemon plays its part in maintaining the world's delicate harmony. May the stories of these legendary Pokemon inspire you, reminding you that just like them, we too must find our balance, protect what we love, and embrace our unique gifts. And as you close your eyes tonight, let the lessons of courage, strength, and growth be with you as you drift into a peaceful rest. Good night, and may your dreams be filled with the same wonder and magic that these incredible creatures bring to the world.